Tonight on the Fear Fishing Experiment.
Mark Hunter's late again. We top 10'd at the CSFL, and we got to talk about the fish care.
This and so much more tonight on the Fear Fishing Experiment. Who doesn't like to come home and get fishing stuff in the mail? The RLM Elite Box from Simple Fishing is just that, a bi-monthly subscription order with the most hard baits. They have a pike box, bass, walleye, and a multi-species box. Your RLM Elite Box comes in the mail every second month, and it is jam-packed full of the best lures in fishing. Doesn't get more exciting than coming home and finding your subscription box jam-packed with all the baits you need to catch fish. All you got to do to get your own, go to simplefishing.ca. Use discount code FEARFISHING and you'll save $10 on your first box. I promise it's going to help you catch more and bigger fish. That's Simple Fishing. Discount code FEARFISHing. Mike Carnegie is a financial advisor at Northstone Wealth, providing insurance solutions that protect you and your family. Investment solutions for all your needs, like your kids' education and your retirement. Get good advice from a good guy and also a fellow angler and trusted member of the Fear Fishing family.
Hi, I'm Mike Carnegie. If you want a little direction, give me a shout. 905-925-0663. See you on the water.
10-4. Captain forward to go to that location also.
Mercer Marine. Isn't that a hashtag I've been using a lot? And I've been at his place a lot. I feel kind of empty right now. Nobody's talking, and I have an empty chair beside me.
Aww.
Has anybody seen Mark Hunter?
Should we put out another milk carton?
We may have to. You never know where Mr. Hunter could be. No, Mr. Hunter should be here momentarily. He's running a little late. He dropped Joan and his daughter Hannah off at the airport because they're going to Ireland.
For a month. Best month ever.
We should talk about this before Mark gets here. What are the, you guys want to lay a pool that Mark doesn't make the month? He's got to cook for himself. He's got to clean.
No, he's got some food. Joan made a bunch of food.
I'm
Put it
sure
on
she
the freezer.
prepped the
Oh, yeah, I'm going
freezer.
over for dinner. I'm going to eat them at a house and home.
See how long.
So how many
long
meals
it
did she prepare?
I think 2.
For a month.
What's he going to do for the 28 days?
Well, we're going to go for sushi. We got
Nice.
plans.
You got a plan?
We got plans.
He's going to make it?
Yeah. I like how his lower third's still there, though.
Yeah,
That's
that's
pretty sweet.
pretty awesome.
It's in memory.
He's a rock star can right now.
Before this night is through, I'm going to get this fly live on camera with my electrical fly swatter. Shh. That thing is bugging me. I've been chasing him around for an hour. Welcome to the show, guys. I was
Hi.
kind of caught off guard there. I feel kind of weird with Mark not being here.
Yeah, it's kind of quiet, eh?
It is a little weird.
The room is empty.
The room is empty. Before we get this all fired up, everybody make sure you hit share and like on Facebook. And if you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button and that bell. Ding. Little Jacob Wheeler action there. I'm excited. Tonight's show, it's been crazy couple days. I went fishing today. We got some new Garmin units on the boat.
Yeah, you did.
It's been crazy. The last 2 weeks have been insane since we did the last show. I'm Ian West. If anybody doesn't know, hasn't watched this before, you guys want to introduce yourselves? This is Mark Hunter.
Yeah.
He shows up sometimes. He's a man of 4 fish.
Read my lower third.
You read my lower third.
That's me.
Follow him at, what does anybody know his Instagram?
At Mark Hunter FFAC.
Yes.
How about his email?
Laker72.
That's right,
Laker72 at hotmail.com. Email him right now. It'll make him so confused.
That'd be awesome if everybody could just send to Laker72 at hotmail.com. Send him something funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bombard him. Give him something to do while Joan's away.
Yeah, for sure. Give him, maybe send him like pro staff deals. just randomly. All just different kind of protests, but not fishing companies. Make them good, like
Dick pics. I know he's like
yeah, and Tide. You know, like random stuff that he could use around the house.
Random samples.
Yes, yeah, random samples.
Where you go to like Procter and Gamble.
And the funny part is that every time you guys email him something, he will tell us in the group chat all about it, and we'll be able to giggle and smile.
Maybe he's watching this live.
Also, if you're watching this, he's not watching this live. He's driving.
Oh, everybody's typing it out.
What?
They're putting it on the chat so that everybody gets
Light him up. He's got a month alone.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to get lonely, and he's going to want us
and
to
don't
talk to
tell him it was us.
Yeah, don't tell him. Like, this is hush hush.
Yeah, he'll never know.
This is a big secret.
Also, I lost my train of thought there, but hit that share button. We need
on
shares.
iTunes?
You guys, iTunes.
Rate and review. Only 5 stars.
Only
though.
5 stars. The 4 down doesn't work. You know who I just got a Instagram message from?
Who?
Randy Howell.
How's he doing?
Pretty good. He just sent me a message thanking me for shouting out one of his Daiwa tattoo rods today.
Yeah, he's a beauty.
Yeah,
Randy
he's a
is.
super nice guy.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that I got to chat with him.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit him up for his phone number later.
Yeah, nice.
That's how I do it.
He's gonna ask him out for dinner.
And
You're just gonna
then you got to
collect
just
them all like
so
your
this
black
is what
book
you
of
do.
anglers.
This is what you do. If you want to become friends with a professional fisherman, you somehow get his phone number, right? Maybe ask him to be on your podcast. And then you just like every 2 weeks send him a message till you become friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Is
work.
that how it works for you?
Sorry, they're asking me for Mark's email. I
Yeah,
gotta
pretty
type
much.
this in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Laker 72, right?
Anybody gives anybody my
Is it
phone number?
272?
No, I think it's Laker72 at hotmail.com.
Hold on, I'll get it.
Because Laker
It is
272.
Laker272 at Hotmail.
272?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that just came up when I started typing
Sneaky
Laker.
bugger.
Yeah, there we go. We're sending them.
Wait, this
In
is a
the
good way to kill
comments.
the first 5 minutes, eh? Just bombard Mark Hunter's email address.
See, he lied to us before. He told us it was Laker 72.
I think he did.
He did.
Amber, what's
Because I've
yours?
sent him emails before, and that
What's
just
my
came
what?
up.
Your email.
None of your business.
None of your business?
None of your business.
That's
You gave out my cell phone.
Did I really?
I think so.
No,
No,
I
you
didn't.
gave out my
Email
email. You gave
address.
out Mark's cell phone number.
Yeah, I did.
If I can catch that fly in my hand while it's swinging by,
Oh.
I won't hit you.
if I
with
catch it, you're going to open your mouth, and I get to try to throw it in your mouth.
If you catch it, we'll make that a live deal.
All right, done.
Do I get to try to block it?
No.
No, you better get it
Mark
before
gets
he
here.
does.
I'm going to put this down and we're going to light him up.
Introduce these guys so I can throw the blower thing.
Yeah. Go ahead. Introduce yourselves.
Who, me?
No, the other guy sitting across from me. Mark, how you been?
I'm Sean McCall.
And I'm Amber Phil.
Woody,
Yo.
dude.
Oh, I wasn't even ready for myself.
Ah, yeah. What's up, homie?
Living the dream.
Yeah, you had a good couple weeks.
Good couple weeks. Redid the studio again. Who knows?
Are we allowed to talk about what's going in your backyard?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Your
He's
puddle?
getting something. He's getting something.
Yeah.
Pool.
It's going to be a big.
He's getting a
change.
pool.
Isn't it a puddle right now?
It's a big sand pit right now.
Your house is on sand.
Yeah, we're on probably 40 feet deep of sand.
Wow.
No way.
You're lucky with all that rain we had the other day.
So we get the best drainage.
Yep.
Drains
Nice.
Right down. It's so good.
Yeah. What kind of pool are you getting?
Vinyl,
round
Oh, wait.
vinyl liner.
No. Like what shape?
A big one.
Like Olympic? A bean shape? An L? You got an
Kidney?
L?
Getting a
I
kidney?
think it's called Odyssey. It's not. It's like a kidney. But
The Odyssey.
it's the Odyssey. Odyssey 3, in fact.
Nice.
Do you remember those above ground
Poor
pools
buggers
that
who got
you
the
used to
first
do
two.
the? Do you remember the above ground pools that you used to do the whirlpool in? Everybody used to
No.
run around the outside. Oh,
No.
did you do that?
I grew up poor.
Yeah.
We didn't have a
Yeah.
pool.
Yeah, we had an above ground pool.
And
Really?
you would
Yeah,
like run it
the deck.
around.
Yeah, we'd
dude,
all
when
run around a circle.
I used
remember
to. You guys want to hear
Yeah.
funny stories? My brother and I each had a wash tub at my grandfather's house. We'd spend the whole day. He'd fill her up with the holes. I'd do like 10 minutes. But my brother Sean, at the ages of 4 through 10, he'd do 8 or 9 hours in his wash tub.
Yeah, I think that started when you started hosing him down.
You
when
guys
he
want
came
you
home
want
from
to
the
do that
hospital.
one? You want to hear a funny story? So Sean is. We're at my grandfather's house on the back deck. Sean is an infant. So if Sean was an infant, I'd been 4 years old.
Wasn't he just home from the hospital?
2 weeks old.
Oh.
Maybe 3. He might, and we should also say that my brother doesn't like me very much. Never has since
No
this
idea
moment on.
why.
So they have them in like like the booster seat kind of thing where you can pop it out in the 80s and walk the kid and then pop it back in. So they go in the house for 2 seconds. What do? I get the whole, and he's strapped in, no self-defense. They come out the door.
2 weeks.
They come out the door, and I'd put the hose to him.
Nice.
Right straight to his face.
Straight up.
Nice.
Like, yeah. And I was telling them I didn't want him.
When my parents brought home my younger brother Miles from the hospital, I walked up to him with a spoon and whacked him right in the head. Yeah, as soon as he came in the door.
They make them so resilient.
Did you do anything to your younger brothers when they were born?
No, nothing.
I was not happy at all that he was here.
No.
My grandmother tried to. We built in the kitchen upstairs. Anybody who doesn't, I lived here forever. I actually got the power of veto and voted my parents off the island. And wow, when my grandmother, her and her common law husband Arn built benches in the kitchen, where our fridge is now. And they spent like 7 days trying to explain to me what a wonderful time this was, and I put the hose to him.
That's awesome.
So,
Yeah, it is what it is. He's still mad about this.
Yeah.
He's probably watching right now, swearing at his
I don't
computer.
think he's watching.
No, probably not.
We do have to take him for sushi, though. Sean,
I heard
I'm
that.
really sorry.
Do we have any questions? Let's fire up with let's get caught up on questions if there is any.
Yeah, I got a couple here.
Fire them away. I
Hold on.
like questions.
William Nedring.
hold on.
What, you got something new?
No, yeah, hit go on that prop.
Oh, no, we're out of batteries.
What?
No way.
Yeah.
No.
There's always a little left.
There we
Yeah,
go.
the last show I had to keep spinning it.
Okay,
Questions?
ready
Yeah.
for this question?
Yeah, let's do those. We got so much to talk about
William
tonight.
Nedring, he wants to know how many rod setups you have. Not enough.
No.
It's
I think I'm rocking about 25 baitcaster combos and about 15 spinning rod combos, and I can think of another 10 I'd really like to have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I
I'm not. I
enough.
don't bring them all to events though. I
no,
like.
they're in my living room.
Yeah, they are.
No, we usually fish with about 10 rods each.
Yeah, and a rod locker full.
Yeah.
But we don't usually go in. Like, it's pretty desperate times to go in the rod locker.
Yeah.
We pretty much. I know what we're going to use, but I'm very particular. I don't like. I think we talked about this before. How I don't like to sell my gear. I really like combos that are kind of. Oh, I almost had him.
Oh, I'm going to get them. You're going to eat them.
If you get him a
I think
set
you
of
should shove it
chopsticks.
right
I
in
want
his
somebody to
mouth.
suck it out of the air with some chopsticks. Yeah. But I get attached to them, and I really like. I just use the same one forever. I have some like really old Daiwa reels that I used before I'd ever even spoke to anybody at Daiwa. That I really like, and I'm never getting rid of. And the great folks at Daiwa send me new ones, and I have like. New ones on reserve because the old ones are still in play. I like, when I really like a baitcaster reel? When it's about 10 years old and when you pitch it out, it makes weird noises.
Oh, yeah?
I never clean mine. I never do anything to them. The only thing I ever do to my reels is loosen the drag off in the winter. But they're just getting worked in when they're making funny sounds. It makes me feel
You think so, do you?
I like it.
Yeah?
I do.
Okay.
I have the one I use on my 8-foot Tatua flipping rod, like the big meat stick.
Yeah.
That reel has been through war and back. It's missing screws. It makes the weirdest sounds when I bring it in. It's got to be more than 10 years old.
Didn't you give Phil one that was missing a couple screws?
Yeah, and I caught my personal best on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're just getting warm. Like a new reel's nice, but like one that is going to it's like an old pickup truck, right?
Oh, yeah.
My new F-150 is beautiful. It's like driving, a Cadillac, right? But I used to have this real old Dodge pickup with the Hemi in it before, none of the valves shut down or anything. Just an absolute gas guggler, all jacked up. That thing could go through anything. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
There's like comfort and style and everything, but that big old Dodge pickup truck, you could have put it underwater and it'd drive through it.
Was that your first truck?
No, my first truck was a Ford Ranger. My first truck was a 1983 Dodge Ram with a 6-cylinder straight in it that I inherited from my grandfather. He bought it the week I was born. And when I was 14 years old, he got a new truck and I got her as a field truck.
Nice. My
Yeah.
first truck was an S10 lowrider.
I had one too. I had a Sonoma, a 2000 Sonoma lowrider that I only had for about 8 months. And I had to get rid of it.
I had a 94 with a 327 under the...
Nice.
Yeah. It was a rocket.
in my
Emma's
Dodge,
dad had one too, but they took the roof off. They made it convertible.
Sorry.
And I used to always get to drive it because
I really liked with my Dodge Ram. I was so small when I was 13, that I only drove it or like around the field, and I would draw hay with it and stuff like that. But my grandfather had to put blocks of wood because I couldn't reach the pedals, even with the seat, like the bench seat pushed all the way up.
Yep.
So yeah, and that's how I learned to drive standard. But to get it into reverse was down here. To get it into fifth gear or overdrive, not overdrive. I'd have to, my arms are so short, I'd have to like get it over there and then kick it. So I'd have one foot on the clutch and kicking with the other foot together. But there's pictures somewhere, and I would drive it across the cornfield at 80 kilometers an hour. And I think I had her for a summer and a half. We had to take it to the scrapyard because it was like falling apart. Good times though. Anybody out there who owns a farm, get your kid a field truck and a Skidoo helmet.
Yeah.
Right.
Mike Bartholomew wants a shout out.
Shout out to Mike Bartholomew.
Bartholomew.
Aluminum.
Say it again.
What is it?
Bartholomew.
Bartholomew. Isn't that Bart Simpson's real name?
Yep.
Nice.
Good for you. Good for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know, Ready Set Reels. They said they want to know if you're picky about your rods and reels colors matching.
No.
They find it just looks so much nicer. I don't even think about that.
No. I think all my spinning reels are Tatulo 3000s, except for maybe 4 of them.
Yeah,
they're 2500s.
I can't wait to use the new Tatula that they released.
I know. I don't even want to talk about the new stuff until I get to see it.
It's gonna come.
I know.
Wait.
I can't wait for 20 years from now when I have 6,000 combos.
No.
Yeah.
I'm keeping them all.
Yeah.
Good luck, Brian.
I'm gonna sell all mine.
Really?
Yeah, I sold off all of my old stuff this year.
I gave lots of stuff away over the
Yeah, you
winter.
actually gave Isaac one.
I gave Isaac one.
Mm-hmm.
I donated a couple. We gave Phil one.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to do that. Maybe someday we'll have a huge garage sale. Wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah.
Just announce it on the vlog. We're having a garage sale.
Yeah, right.
Rods are really cheap, but photos and autographs, out of this world. No. But I'd feel like one of those old NHL players just charging $99 for their autograph. What a bummer that is. Do we have any questions, or are we going to jump into this podcast?
Dan
I'm waiting on
Braun,
you guys.
Smallies are killing it on Lake Seymour. Thought
You really?
I got him.
No, you don't.
I got him. Open your mouth. Are you ready? I totally got him.
No.
I got you. Oh yeah.
No.
Open your mouth.
Squish them.
Close your eyes.
No.
Close your eyes.
Nope.
Oh, I missed you.
That was close. But I kept my end of the bet. It's probably in my beard.
Oh, there's another
The
one.
beard's getting out of hand, eh?
Yep.
Sorry.
Anyway.
What was that question?
Dan Braun.
Yep.
It's more of a comment.
Okay.
Smallies are killing it on Lake Seymour. Thought I would
Really?
catch you around there this morning.
Not this morning, but I may be there this week. I'm not telling everybody what day.
Right there.
We're going to get...
Ow.
Oh.
You didn't have to electrocute me.
Oh.
I got him?
You got sparks. Hey. That's all the electrical stuff back there. Ian.
Shut down the show.
Woody's going to...
Don't hit the
Was it really show?
Oh, man.
Okay, so yes, I would like to go to Lake Seymour. I'm going to go this week. I'm not telling anybody what day. We're going to get into this kind of comment thing this week, but I'm going to go this week.
Okay.
I love Lake Seymour. I love flipping docks there. Not that they're any good. Don't fish the docks.
We still never ever
What's
talked
up,
about
Hard Bar?
this.
We did.
Heavy hitter. No, we didn't. It got interrupted. But this is from David, Amy's brother.
Shout out to David,
Brought it to me the next day after the podcast.
because you're a heavy hitter.
Yep.
One time in T-ball. Mm-hmm. 3 games.
One game.
Back in 1992. We any more, or are we good to go on?
I'm good over here. Mike Gray says, call an exterminator for that fly. Know any good ones?
Yeah. Anybody's got a
He doesn't.
recommendation for... Well, there he is. Man, this is... to the viewers at home, I'm really sorry, but flies bother me a lot. There's 2 of them on that
And
lake.
what's our deal?
No.
What's our deal?
You catch them, I'll try to swallow them.
That's the deal.
What do you guys want to talk about?
Well,
can't see the
look at the
board.
whiteboard.
I know.
That's a good one.
It is a lot.
Why don't we start with the good news for us?
What's that?
We top 10.
Yeah, we did. We didn't do so hot day 1 of the CSFL on the Tri Lakes. Was it last weekend?
Yeah.
Yep.
Saturday.
Saturday. What did we finish Saturday? You got that stat?
We finished
40.
We won 41st.
41st.
We won.
We struggled.
Yeah, we had 10.26 pounds on.
It was
Saturday.
tough. We caught more fish on Saturday than we caught on Sunday.
Yeah.
We called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was 2 pounds. It was
They were little
ounces. It was.
And it just didn't happen for us at all. It rained hard. We ran around. We burnt a ton of gas, almost a full tank on the Tri-Lakes.
Yeah. Big shout out though on Jay Wander on Pilkey and Jay Martin.
23 pounds and change.
Yeah.
That's a super sack of fish. That's an unbelievable accomplishment on the Tri-Lakes. Like,
Any day.
yeah. Like,
Any day.
I was shocked. As soon as I came up and I heard that number, I was like, well, that is an impressive bag of fish. So shout out to them. That's huge. Mm-hmm. Huge.
Yeah. Jared Cox and Jared Dean were second with 19.26.
19.26.
So like 4 pounds, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's insane. That's a huge bag of fish for the Tri-Lakes. Any time of year, especially in July. Man, we got to get those flies. That's all I can think about is flies. They're flying. Oh,
I'm going to catch him.
killing me.
I'm going to catch him.
I got questions.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Steve Shaw wants to know if you've used the Tokyo rig.
No, I haven't. I don't like the Tokyo rig.
Why? I've
don't
been meaning
know.
to pick some up. Why?
I don't know. There's
What
too
is the
much
Tokyo
metal.
rig? Can you
so
explain
it's like
it?
a piece of metal that your line it's kind of like a drop shot rig with a metal, and then you put a tungsten weight on the bottom, and then I guess you like retrieve it so that the bait's a little off bottom. I don't know. It just doesn't seem right to me. I'm sure it catches fish or it wouldn't be out, but
I like it. I think it'd be.
I'm
all
also
right
the
for
guy
a
who didn't want to do
silty
the drop
bottom.
shot 10 years ago, so bad on me. He almost got flew in my own mouth. Yeah, I don't know. Tokyo rig seems kind of, I don't know. I just, there seems to be a lot of metal there.
I like it.
Yeah?
Yep.
You're going to try it?
I'm gonna
Do you
try it.
drop it in a hole and jig it? Like a flipping jig, or is it a cast? I haven't seen very
I
much
think
on
you
it.
can
I know
work
what
it
it
both
is.
ways. I've never fished it before, but I'm pretty sure you could work it both ways, no problem.
So back to our day one. Day one didn't go so hot. Day two, we were motivated. The CSFL, great event. The Rockstar Energy Canada deal went over amazing.
Oh, how many cans did we give away that weekend?
Everything that I got, and we were out by, I don't know, 20 after 6 on the Sunday morning.
It's huge.
Yep.
And I thought that we had enough. I saw Saturday we ran out. I thought I had brought enough to do both days. I had to come home and to get everything I could find in the house and load her in a cooler and bring her back. And it didn't last long at all. So I'm really excited that Anglers got them.
Oh, we gave away almost 200 cans, right?
Yeah, everything I had.
Crazy.
Shout out to OTSF.
F.
F. That
It's a tough name.
it is. We should talk to Andre. about that.
OTSFF?
Yeah.
I find it okay.
OTSF.
I'm usually pretty sure. I'm going to speak to Andre about it. I'm supposed to.
About changing his name?
He's calling me tomorrow.
Listen here, Andre.
We gotta
I know
get
you've been doing
something
this a long
about
time.
this.
At least it's
Have you
not-
tried aluminum?
Yeah, you know what? If we got an aluminum sponsor, I'd have to turn it down.
Aluminum.
You know what scares me about iCast is when Daiwa comes out with new products I don't know the name of.
Yes,
I
it
said,
took you like months.
everybody's so excited for the new products, and I'm upstairs sweating that they'll have something I can't say.
The name.
We have to have tutor sessions.
That's it. So
What is
anyway-
this one? Kage.
Kage? Cage rods? Anyway, so we gave away Rockstar. There's squirrels flying around here tonight. We gave away Rockstars. We head out in the lake.
What?
Squirrels, like we keep jumping off topic.
Oh.
We're trying to talk about day one of the CSFL. Day two now. We go out, fished our butts off till noon, didn't have a fish.
Well, we were grinding, man.
we had
were
caught
grinding.
3 or 4 10-inch little smallmouth.
Yeah, they didn't count.
Where I was worried at that point. Now, why was I worried? Because we had harassed Mark Hunter so much about weighing in 4 fish, like the best friends we are, and there's no way we couldn't bring in 5.
Yeah, like we seriously contemplated not going back.
Oh, being late.
Sinking the boat,
Oh,
sinking women back.
up.
you're going that far? Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
we
just letting her go.
Wow.
It would have been, I couldn't have done it. So we go to our deep weed spot where I'd pre-fished without any hooks and no cameras the Wednesday before, and I knew there was fish there. We caught them day one, but they were just tiny ones. But the ones in pre-fish that I'd rolled over with no hook, and they were good fish. We go there. Sean starts the day off, sets hook, gets a keeper, a good keeper. The next fish I get is probably 3.5, and it stops again, dead in its tracks. So we the only mistake of the day I feel we made is we panicked and went and looked for a little fish.
Yeah, we went to look for a limit.
That was a big mistake.
And I feel that a lot of guys would make that same mistake, though.
And we
went through that area 5-6 times without a bite over and over and over again.
At least an hour.
You kind of start to think, man, I'm doing something wrong. We got to go find. We at least 3 12-inchers. They should be easy to find.
Because not only were we fishing for points, like we needed classic points.
That's
in a bad way.
Deal, right?
Like in a bad way. So we run around, we fish some docks, we fish some frogs. I got one tiny little largemouth that wasn't even close to keeping.
Yeah, off a little bit of pads just off that point.
And then we were like, we have nothing else to fish. We're going back to that spot.
Yeah.
We get back and Sean gets 2. And it's 1:15 now for sure. I'm trying to think of the timeline in my head, but it's at least 1:15 and we got 2 fish. And Sean gets 2. And you know what we're doing during break? I'm putting a fly strip in here. Yeah. I'm getting them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's better in my mouth.
Yeah, I'm going to get it.
So Sean gets 2. Sean got 2 right away. And, well, not even right away.
No.
It seems like right away on the vlog, but it was probably 40 minutes apart.
Yeah.
We fished a ton. We went back and forth. And Sean got 2. Now, we were running out of serious time. We were in Buckhorn Lake, and we had to be back at Shamong at 3:15, and it was like the time was ticking away. I looked at my clock at 2:45, and we had 4 fish. And we had 1 good fish, 1 okay fish, 2 okay fish, and 1 little dink that was smaller than we would like. At 2:55, and they were biting so... and we'd lost one before this, too, that didn't make the vlog. I didn't have footage of it, but I lost it at the boat.
Yeah.
At around 2:55, and the fish hit so light. I lifted up, and he was there on my jig. I never felt him pick it up, and we went nuts, like classic. Like,
oh, yeah.
It was, man, I've never
it was a relief. We don't have to listen to Mark Hunter.
The burden lifted off my shoulders. So we did flip a couple more flips before, and then at 3:00 we packed her up, and I gave her back.
Oh yeah. Now if you go back and look at that video, right?
Yeah.
I took over the trolling motor.
Yeah.
And because I was like, okay, I wanted to slow us down, and I didn't want him to have to think about boat control. I wanted him just to fish. So I took over. I had this all in my head. I just wanted to take control of the boat, and it was just bang, 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 and it all came together.
And I would tell you for sure. Oh, I touched him. You watch the video, I'm letting my jig sit in those holes.
Yeah.
So here, this is what I was looking for. You'd flip in, and I changed my rod and reel. I changed from that Ailer bladed jig rod that I love for pounding shorelines with a jig, and I switched it to a 7.6 to a casting rod, which is a medium. I think it's a medium. It's a medium heavy.
Yep.
It's 2 inches longer, but it has a lot stiffer tip than that Ailer rod. So I used the exact same jig, and I was able to feel the bottom better. So there was hard bottom in that weed, and I would flip and flip and flip and flip until I felt that hard bottom. Flip in, and I would it'd almost feel like a hit on the way down, and I'd be like, that's the money one. That's the rock. And as soon as I got on that rock, if you watch that video, I just shake that jig and shake that jig and forever. And I didn't. They were hitting so soft. That's why I changed the rod. And the other thing I changed up is I was using my flipping jig rod. I like it to 20100. I usually use a 7-to-1 gear ratio because I like to swim the jig. For this, I changed to an 8-to-1 gear ratio so that in between flips, I could just possibly make more and more throughout the. If I catch one, do I get to throw it at you?
No, that wasn't the deal, man.
So that I can make more flips, right? It's speeding it up, down, up, down. But yeah, if you watch that video, I'm sitting there and I am just working that jig forever, and I finally got a hit. I never been so nervous when I set hook to get that fish in the boat. So it all turned out. We made it back to the checkpoint. Check boat at 3:14. 1 minute.
Like, yeah, barely. I lost my Costas.
He lost his glasses, his Costas.
Yeah, on the way back, we took off and we get some.
And the day before, you lost your hat.
I did lose my hat. Anybody looking for a fear fishing hat? There's one in Buckhorn somewhere.
Yep.
Somewhere in the middle of Buckhorn by Scotchman's Point. I'm even helping people out now. Somebody's going to have that now. When I got back, I thought we had a top 20 finish. I thought we've secured some good points, maybe 20th to 12th.
Second day.
I thought that's what we had. Turns out fishing was really, really tough, and we ended up in 8th place.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was super awesome. That was 193 points.
Yeah, it was 193 points for 8th place for Classic.
That means right now we are sitting in 23rd spot in the Eastern Division and 24th in the Opens.
Yep.
Mark Hunter had a tough weekend with Mikey. They're in 37th right now.
In the Easterns.
In the Easterns. You got to be in the top 50 to make the Classic.
Yeah, they're still in.
There's the only downside we have is that we can only fish Gugog.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I might not be going to the OBN qualifier.
Yeah.
I may have to stay here for work.
Yeah.
So if I stay here for work, I'm going to go and fish because I'm allowed to fish one event
by
with
yourself.
you not here and
Yeah.
have account for both of us. So if I stay, I'm going to go and fish rice by myself.
Nice. I'd be allowed to help pre-fish for that.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah. Well, maybe that's
we're
the
a
plan.
team.
Yeah. That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So we're in it. We're in the top 50. I really want to go to Balsam Lake.
Yeah.
Like really, really
Especially
bad.
now with the new toys on the boat.
Oh, the new Garmin units on the boat are amazing. I was out this morning on the Otonabee River with, I fished for about 2 hours by myself playing around with the units, and then I met with Kyle Crothers, and he helped me dial them in. Kyle Crothers from Garmin. We put an EcoMap Ultra 12 at the front of the boat, an EcoMap Ultra 10 at the console on the right-hand side, and I took the 9 that I used last year and I put it right on the
Over
dash
the wheel? Yep.
for mapping. So now I feel so like the mapping is unbelievable. The side scan on those things with those that ultra transducer is out of this world. Mm-hmm. I was talking to Marley, and I was this is how good they are. I was talking to Marley on the phone, and Marley and I fished tournaments for years and years and years, and I told him, we weren't beat by not being good fishermen, we were beat by electronics. That's how much of a game changer this is. That live scope, so we moved from the Panoptics to the live scope, is unreal. You can flip into a tree and watch your flipping jig in the tree.
How many fish you catch out of a tree today?
7. And I never would have done that before. And the only reason why I kept fishing, I caught 3 on a flipping jig, and I got the next 4 on like a football head with a Senko on it. And the only reason why I kept fishing the tree over and over again is because I could see them on the live scope. I could see them moving in and out of the tree. Right? I fished 5 hours today. I've probably, in the section I fished, I would, with my old units and the old way I could see things, I'd probably fish that in less than 20 minutes. I did 5 hours on that stretch today.
Wow.
And continuously
That's
caught
insane.
fish. It's nuts. It's absolutely a game changer. Like I can't even express how much more efficient of an angler this has made me in a week.
That quick?
Yeah.
How many times did it on the boat? 3?
3. I learned more in the last 3 trips about lakes and my units than I learned in the last 10 years. And they're so simple to use. I really didn't even need Kyle. Kyle really came and showed me how to.
Thanks for nothing, Kyle.
Well, he came in. He explained waypointing off your side find, and I kind of knew how to do it, but he got me better dialed in on how to just change screens faster. And the other thing he helped me with is recording the screens so that we can share it on the vlog, like we're actually record the units onto an SD card. And then I can show people at home or cool things I find on the live scope and that. So it was amazing. I can't tell anybody enough. Like it's there's a pile invested into those units. They're certainly not cheap, but I'm telling you, if you're fishing tournaments, it's like night and day.
Like it's something specific for tournaments, right? Like,
well, yeah, or serious anglers. No, but or serious anglers. There's lots of great anglers who never going to fish a tournament or walleye. I can see how that would help your walleye game in the spring.
Oh, kidding me?
Let me tell you that you
kidding me?
I'd set your planner now for next year's vlog on the opening day walleye, because I can tell you that we're going to catch way more fish.
Oh yeah.
Heard it here.
Way more fish. It's night and day. Do we have any questions about those things or about anything? I can't tell you enough how awesome they are.
I got a couple questions that
fire away.
want to know what your chatterbait and spinnerbait setup is. So
The chatterbait. So I've been using 2 different rods for my chatterbaits this year. Both 7-to-1 gear ratio CT Tatuas. One we're throwing on the, what is it, a 7.6 Tatua glass rod?
Yep.
The other one I've been throwing the smaller, lighter chatterbaits on around docks and cover is the 7.1 Tatua Elite skipping rod.
Yep.
Only because the 7.6 is, that thing will cast a mile, and it's good to cover water. I've been catching a ton of fish this year on a white chatterbait, but like around docks or specific points, and that shorter rod is way easier to be accurate with.
Oh yeah.
So I've been using 2, and I haven't used a spinnerbait a ton, but I've been throwing spinnerbaits on those 2 setups as well. Mm-hmm. If I can't get them to go on the chatterbait, I've been using spinnerbait. I think the only time I used spinnerbait all year and caught fish on it was at Lake Ontario. The rest of the time I've been just using chatterbait.
Yep. I went to a 610 Tatua.
Yes.
This year.
And then we should talk about that here. There's an interesting fact.
Aluminum.
When you're going to pick rods, you don't have to use what the rod says it's for,
No.
right? And you don't have to use the length. Like I'm 6'4", so if you took how tall are you? 5'10", 5'11"?
Yep.
Realistically, a 7.1 rod and a 6'10" rod is the same length for us.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, totally.
So
I'm way
that makes-
closer to the water than you are.
Yeah. Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? So I can get away with using a little longer rods, and so you like. I tell when people message me and they're like, "Well, what kind of rod should I use for this?" I try to tell them that it makes a difference how tall you are. If you're 5'8", right, what I'm using is not going to be efficient for you.
That's right.
But if you're a big guy, 6 foot, 6'2", probably what I'm using is going to help you. So don't be afraid that because a rod says it's a frog rod doesn't mean you can't use it for swim baits. Do you know what I mean? Don't get boxed in.
Absolutely.
Like that 7.6 casting rod is not meant for flipping, and I'm going to continue to deep weed fish with that rod.
If
with
it's
a flipping
comfortable.
jig. Yeah, it is. I really like it.
enough for you.
It is. I
Does the
really
job.
like it, and it's got some backbone, but I really like that rod. It's new deep water flipping jig rod. You got a question?
Yeah.
You look like you got a question.
I got a few. Jeremy Blanco asked how Jamie was feeling on Sunday.
Oh yeah.
She was out partying.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she's. How she was feeling on
Yes.
Sunday. Oh yeah, because she was drinking the wine on
the
Saturday.
wine
The
tour.
wine tour.
Yeah. She was feeling. I don't know. I was fishing.
Well, she said she was a little dehydrated.
So why don't we can get another topic off? We saw Jeremy Saturday night. We all went, excluding Sean, to Oshawa, to Peterborough.
Peterborough.
What's that place
Thirsties.
called?
McThirsty's.
McThirsty's.
Pint? McThirsty's Pint, is it?
I know it is McThirsty's.
Yeah.
Peterborough.
Jeremy met us up there. He was going to watch Brian play, and then we heard about it, and we all decided to go and watch Brian play, Mr. Bracken. But the cool thing, I think this is one of the coolest things I've ever got in my fishing career. Ready? You want to hold it up, or you want me to hold it up?
You hold it up.
Jeremy's daughter, Salem, who is a fine angler of her own, sent the whole Fear Fishing crew this picture. Says, to the Fear Fishing crew, love Salem. So Salem, thank you so much for sending this to us. That is going to hang in here. We can probably cover up Mr. Cash a bit, and we're going to hang that picture up here. So thank you so much, sweetie, for sending that. That is super awesome. I like this kind of stuff.
She's in
me
Newfoundland
too.
right now, too.
She's in Newfoundland. Shout out to her. I hope she catches a cod while she's there.
That's awesome. Or kisses the cod. She's got
Yeah.
to kiss the cod down there.
Oh.
So thank you, Salem, for sending us that. That was super awesome. Jeremy brought it with us and surprised us. And then we went and drank some beers.
Yeah, that was a good night.
It was a good night.
I wish I could have been there.
Should have been.
You know what? Bracken had a fantastic
I
shirt
should've
on that
been.
night.
Oh, yeah.
I really dig
Did
that
anybody get a
shirt.
picture of it?
I didn't. But that was a great shirt. I wish I had one.
I got more questions.
Yeah, fire away. I'm free to.
Jim Allen wants to know, with the popularity of the podcast, any ideas about a meet and greet in the future with the Fear Fishing members?
Speak of the devil. This is what we did last year. We did I think we did in December. Sean, December.
Yes. Sorry.
We did the last year.
November, wasn't it? November.
End of November. So stay tuned for more details. But sometime in the end of November, early December, we're going to do another Fear Fishing night. And we're going to get Mr. Bracken. We'll probably set it up with one of the bars he's playing at. And we'll try to do it east of Port Hope. No,
West of Port
West
Hope.
of Port Hope. See, I can't do anything without my Garmin units. If I had my Garmin unit here, I'd know the direction. We're going to set up. We're going to have another good night. Last year, we got some great giveaways from Daiwa.
Yeah, we did.
They gave us some
We had a ton of good
tattoos. Yeah, we had a ton of giveaways. We got some stuff out of them. I'll start hitting them up now so that we can get extra stuff. If I ask now and then I ask again in October, we may be able to get double rounders.
There we go.
Nice.
Double it up. They don't listen to the show. It's all good. But yeah, that'll be yes. So we are having a meet and greet. It'll be in late November or early December, right around Christmas time. We'll meet up with everybody. We'll have a shindig.
Somebody also said I could see Ian meeting people at East Hill on August 10th, unless there's a tourney that day. Then no.
No,
For what?
August 10th we're at Scugog. And then
Don't
August
be
11th,
afraid. Don't be
we're-
afraid to come to events that we're at either.
Yeah,
Right? Like tournaments, weigh-ins. I'd love to stay around till 8 p.m. talking to people.
he does.
Yeah, me too.
I absolutely love it.
Yeah. Yeah, we usually hang out till the end and congratulate the guys.
If you come on Saturday, we'll probably have some rock stars to give out. Unless Andy's workers get to them.
We go through a lot of rock stars in the day.
But yeah, don't be afraid. I will do some. I'm sure I'll be at East Hill for something. I really like going to that store. If you're ever driving down the 150 and you see the truck there, make sure you stop in. I get all kinds of messages. Hey, I saw you at East Hill, but you don't say hello.
Aww.
No.
Just say hi.
I'm probably more excited to
Say
talk to people
hi.
than people are to talk to me, to be totally honest. I love talking about fishing.
Mike Iskrick wants
Yep.
to know where your transducer is mounted for your console unit.
At the back of the boat, right underneath the engine. It runs
it-
the transducer and the side scan.
Also, it's not a through hull,
No, I decided not to get the through hull put in.
so it's like the long.
Yeah.
Nice.
Same as the unit that was there in the past, just
Yep.
way better.
Hey, I found that fly.
Did you really?
It's on the top of your hat.
No
Oh,
way.
it is
Oh my god.
it totally
oh my
is.
God.
Where?
right in the middle.
Right in the brim.
An inch in on the brim, right in the middle.
In the brim?
On the brim. You got him. Yeah. Did you really?
You stunned him. Is he dead? Why you put it on the table, dude?
Oh yes.
Aw.
That was
Thank you.
Yep.
kind of.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That good call, Woody.
There's another one.
What were we talking about? I know they like those lights. We should.
we were talking
We
about-
need to put electric fencing over those.
East Hill.
East Hill, yeah. Well, I want to meet as many people as I possibly can. This is the best part of fear fishing, is meeting people.
Absolutely.
It is.
Yep.
And I mean, it's. I forget how big this is getting sometimes.
Oh wait, no, we were talking about the transducer. Or
Oh, the transducer. But
mounted.
this is another time. You want to? What time is it?
8:43.
yeah.
Okay, let's do.
Where's
this.
Mark?
I don't know.
He's coming.
Is
He's
he?
on his way.
So maybe we'll do.
He's ripping.
Maybe we'll do an early break and an extended second half.
I got more questions too.
Okay, so you want to talk about the subject of? Did you wanted to talk about tonight?
I think we should.
You want to do that? So
I think we
here,
should.
you set this up because it was kind of where I was heading to. You know what I'm talking about?
Well, it's just on how these videos now, with you at videoing all the time, how it affects you and I as tournament partners and
Yeah.
anglers, people seeing where we're fishing and what we're doing, and also how it affects when you go to a smaller lake.
Yes.
And say, hey, I'm going to such and such a lake today, and guys watch that video, and then all of a sudden,
Then
maybe
they go to that lake.
20 or 30 more boats go to that smaller lake, and it gives a little more pressure to that smaller lake, right?
Yes.
And because I've heard
there's
some
been some concerns, and there's been some local cottagers who aren't always overly excited to see the fear fishing truck there.
or fishing period.
Yes. Or fishing period. So,
Right.
we need to talk. We should probably talk about this. It's it wasn't a big deal when fear fishing was, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. But I think that sometimes I forget how big it's getting.
Well, a lot of people watch, right? And a lot of local guys, and they're like, hey, he's out there smashing them on this lake today. Let's go smash him on that lake.
Yeah, and when it comes to tournament fishing, there's lots of local people who watch the vlog, and then
Yeah, but a tournament's public knowledge. If you're going to a tournament lake...
For sure, but I was talking about people who, after... Maybe they watch the vlog, and then we see them at that spot the next day, and they're using minnows, and we're trying to catch fish for the tournament, but they know where we've been because they seen the spot. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just sometimes it hurts us.
Yeah, it pressures out our spot, right?
Right, and we can't. It's pretty hard to compete with a.
So
shiner.
just like people think it's happening to their spots, it's
happening to us too. Yeah.
Right?
We had last year at Rice Lake. We had the gentleman. We had boats show up who wanted to speak to us, and we had to go off our spots to go over and talk.
Yep.
Right, and so things are changing for fear fishing. I'm not complaining at all. I'd much rather people that went and burned every tournament spot I ever had and you ever seen on your vlog than not go fishing. Don't get me wrong there. But, with the smaller lake thing and giving the names out, I think sometimes that I don't realize how much that people are going to come. It doesn't, do you know what I mean?
But people do watch and they do go there.
It doesn't register in my head that because I was fishing this lake that other people are going to come to this lake. Do you know what it just doesn't register in my head sometimes.
But in a reality, it's happening.
But when you stop and
so I
guess it is happening.
I think maybe we may have to change a little bit.
Yeah.
What's the solution?
So I think that maybe when we go to smaller lakes, unless it's a tournament lake, but
if it's
here's
a
the thing:
like
even if I fish a club event like I did on the weekend on Beaver Lake, it'd take anybody in the world 2 seconds to go to the Queenie Bassmaster site and find out where the tournament was.
That's right.
So
it's public knowledge.
It is public knowledge. It's also getting hard that we, the fear fishing truck and boats stand out a lot. So it's usually if I go to, I don't know.
Small Lake X.
By 8:00 in the morning, somebody wrote on Facebook that they saw me in that town.
Well,
so how long does it take? Do you know what I mean? Right?
That's different.
No, it's so like
it's not going to be hard to figure out where you were fishing.
That's right.
Maybe totally. We can kind of
right. So I will do my best to not say the name. But, it's not that hard to figure out where I am. It's not very hard for Amber to figure out where I am. All you got to do is go to Facebook and find a post that I'm tagged in that says, hey, Ian, I saw you this morning in Peterborough.
Yeah.
Hey, Ian, I saw you this morning in Lake.
Me?
And not for a second.
I'm just saying, like, my life personally has changed a lot.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Like, I get more pictures of my truck than I ever imagined.
Yeah.
Right? I seen your truck here, and there's a picture of my truck part, and there's nothing wrong with that. It just doesn't always register in my head, like that. I have that. I just think that I'm a guy who really likes to fish, and I really just want to talk to people, and I am fishing.
But you're influencing people to fish.
I am, and I'm interested.
And that's the whole thing, right?
And I guess that I'm influencing people where to go fishing.
Yeah.
Right. I don't always fish the best lakes, even when I'm filming. Sometimes I like to just go to lakes and kind of grind it out and see if I like to go to brand new lakes that I've never heard of.
Yeah.
Right?
Me too.
And just try. And if we have a good day, we have a good day. And if it's a bad day, then it's a bad day. Mm-hmm. But I guess it doesn't always register that I'm pretty shocked sometimes when people come up and talk to me at the Canadian Tire or the gas station or Eat Still Outdoors. And do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Or that it's somebody would send me a message and they, with like Mr. Jim Allen there, like, that would like to meet me. I'm just a guy who likes to go fishing a lot. Spent my whole life. I gave up everything that, I never been on a real vacation, never been to Cuba or done that or anything. I just always wanted to fish. So sometimes it doesn't register.
What do you mean you never been on a real vacation?
I've never been anywhere other than the Classic. It's the only time
that was a vacation.
Yeah, well, I do.
We went to Lake Fork.
But yeah. But that's kind of like it's kind of.
He means like going to a beach.
Who cares?
Or do you know? No, I don't know. Holiday. That's right. But do you know what I mean? Like even in my 20s. Like before anybody watched anything I did, all we did was fish. Mm-hmm. Like, I've never wanted to be anything in my whole life since I was 8 years old and a fisherman. It never even crossed my mind that I wanted to do anything that I was doing now. So I think sometimes I just get, I forget. Do you know what I mean? Things are changing here at Fear Fishing for in a good way.
Yeah,
and we're just going to have to change with the times.
Absolutely.
And how we do things.
Yeah.
This is what we're trying to say.
A little bit.
Yeah.
We'll try to do our part.
Yeah, that's right.
And
that's all we can do,
right?
and keep the pressure off those smaller lakes. And but people, like some people, got to understand that sometimes it's out of my control.
Yeah, it is.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, if my truck's parked at a boat launch and somebody posts a picture on Instagram, like, what am I supposed to do? Right? And if 10 people do it in one day,
and it's not like we're going to stop going to those lakes or going to stop fishing.
No.
Because anybody who thinks that can probably hoop their forehead.
right? Like, you know what I mean?
That's me in a
just
blunt
saying.
way, yeah. Because we're going to fish, man.
Absolutely.
I got tons more questions.
Okay, let's fire some questions away.
Chris Flay wants to know what a basic Garmin setup would cost.
That's
A
a
what?
good question.
Maybe we should reach out to Kyle?
Hashtag or put at Garmin Marine Canada. So you can spend as like the low end. You could probably get a fish finder for $500. At the high end, I don't have the high end series on my boat. I think the sky's the limit at the high end. But they make some. There's definitely Garmin has affordable products. Scott Walton, maybe Scott Walton's part, and he just put a 7 on his, and it wasn't that. It was really, really well priced, and he is really, really happy with it.
Yeah, I think once you get up into the 9, 10, and then
It starts. But for the 5s
16,
and 5s and 7s are really affordable, and I would tell you that Garmin units are coming down in price all the time.
Yeah.
I believe that Ultra 12 is around the $2,500 to $2,700 range. Which is unbelievable for a 12-inch screen.
Yeah.
Right?
Jamie Kate is watching.
Oh, hi, Jamie.
That's my girlfriend.
That's my girlfriend.
She's a
Hi,
rocket.
Jamie.
She wants to know. She has 2 questions. Where
Okay.
are you guys fishing next? Apparently, you don't communicate that with her.
You want to know something
okay,
about
I
Jamie
don't know where
Kate? You want
Ian's
to know
going
something? You want to know something she doesn't know yet? One day I'm going to ask her to marry me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to keep her around.
Well, now she knows.
Yeah, she's a good cook.
No.
Yeah, she's got a pretty smile.
I'm going fishing Saturday at the Tri-Lakes. To go old clubby tournament there. Where are you going fishing?
This weekend?
Yeah. What are you doing?
I don't know if I'm going to get to fish this weekend. I'm going with my beautiful girlfriend, Jamie Kate.
Are you going on a wine tour?
And no, I don't do the wine tour. Wine tour days
You
I
need
go
a
fishing.
whiskey tour.
Right?
Whiskey.
Whiskey.
No, it's her mom's birthday,
Oh.
and we're gonna go to
Shout out to Jamie
movie.
Kate's mom.
Yeah, movie and a
Happy
concert.
birthday. Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Movie
That's all
and
right.
a concert?
and yeah, we're going to a concert in Toronto.
What
I
about
wasn't-
dinner?
Who are you going to see?
How are you going to...
Or sorry, not movie and dinner and a concert.
Oh, okay.
My apologies.
The I wasn't going to go Saturday to the Tri-Lakes event because I didn't. But Gord Roclaff from our club was smack talking me. I was going to beat me, so now I'm going.
Now I'm going.
He's going to be on our spots.
He can be there. Gord, you come along. You can watch me catch him.
Jamie Kate also wants to know what your top 5 fishing sayings are.
Sayings? Mm-hmm. Get the net. Get the net.
Came out smelling like roses.
Came out smelling like roses. That's a good one.
If anybody
play
has
that
not,
clip?
if anybody hasn't seen that video, we have to.
I'll send it to the group chat, and you can.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah. We can do it in the second half.
So good.
What am I doing here?
Making moves.
You're making moves.
Burning
Making
gas,
moves.
catching bass.
That's right. But I number one's probably, what was I thinking? What am I doing here?
FML.
It's 57,000 degrees Canadian. Man, how many times can I get a sunburn?
Yeah.
Did you bring the bug spray?
I got more.
Okay, fire them out because we're
Hey,
going to have a break here.
Does Battle Wagon ever get broken into a launch? Get broken
Nah, I've
into
never
at a
had it.
launch?
I've only had one launch problem. It was a long time ago in the key of my truck.
Ouch.
Yeah, on the old Dodge. But it could have been there before I got there.
Have you ever thought about selling stickers in support of you and your SD cards?
My SD card?
Yeah, your SD cards.
What do you mean?
I don't know. But I know
They're
I don't know how
expensive.
they know, but I know that you go through a lot of equipment,
No, I
electronics.
don't. Come on.
Ma-
What, 2 charging cords this year?
Oh,
What?
let's not get into domestic.
Yeah, no,
here.
let's talk about this.
Have you
Wait,
ever
no,
thought
no,
about
no.
selling stickers in support of you and your SD cards? It was Daniel Syrup.
No, stickers are free.
Yeah, we like to give those out.
Yeah, that's kind of, you know what? If you're following somebody and they can't give you a sticker, come to Fear Fishing.
But I lost an SD card with some crucial content on it, and then I'm pretty bummed out about it.
You know what?
Oh,
so
no.
we're talking about that. Somebody found a Fear Fishing hat today at the thrift store and sent me a picture, and they were ultra excited about it.
Really?
I don't know. So we took a bit of a hurting. I think we came out with the Fear Fishing clothing a little too early last time. But there seems to be huge demand for people to get hats and shirts and stuff. So
Sure.
see what happens. Anybody out there wants to invest, call Amber.
What's
or
up
Woody.
with your SD card, Woody?
Lost it.
Lost it from that Daiwa appreciation night.
He doesn't bring that up in the group chats, eh?
No.
Just about Instagram subscribers and our, crap.
No idea where all that nice, everything gone.
Gone.
Really?
Mystery.
Yeah.
Tiny little SD card gone.
I don't know what that question means. But you can have a sticker. If you find me, I got stickers. Mark Hunter's got stickers. We got stickers right here. We got little ones for the back of your phone now. Find me. I will give you a sticker. We got to hurry up with the questions. But we can do more questions after the break.
I got a pretty good comment
Okay, fire.
from Dan Collins on YouTube. He says he enjoys the videos. Love watching you fish the autonomy. Fished it since the 70s. Don't get a chance very often anymore. Fishing it through you. Thanks.
Oh, well, I really appreciate that. Mm-hmm. We get we get a lot of comments like that, and I really appreciate it. People's like I can see I like that. Thank you very much. I'm glad that somebody can sit down and watch and enjoy it in that way.
Evan Burrows was the guy who found the hat.
He found the hat? Yeah.
it was Evan
He
Burrows.
sent me a message today.
Yep.
Super excited.
Jamie Kate also wants to know, do either of you have pre-tournament day routine that you do?
Yes, I do.
Like just something that you have to do every time to get
Religiously.
mentally or physically prepared in
So
the
I get up
evening
every
or
day.
morning?
No. Nobody messes my tournament schedule. I get up every morning.
You want me to
early.
tell you? I'll tell you. He gets up every morning. First thing he does is go to Tim Hortons.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Next thing he does, he comes back.
No, he stumbles out of the bed saying, F my life. What am I doing? Oh my God.
So I need that time.
Then.
I need that time to drive. I really, really like driving. Anybody who knows me, I don't mind driving at all. So I need to get up, and I'm not happy about life and how early it is. And I go to Tim Hortons. I get an extra large 2 cream coffee. I always go through the drive-thru. Then I come home, and on the way out the door, I lift the garage door open so that when I get home, I can back the truck in. I always put the truck on, right? Put all the lights on, and then I go to the back of the boat and I unplug the power, right? In my head. That way we get the most power,
There you go.
right? Then I drink my coffee. I pull the boat out, and I drive around the block, and I always go this way. And then I park the boat out in front of the house. Always start with fishing tackle, electronics, fishing rods. The fishing rods that I put in the rod locker going first, then the fishing rods on my side. Then we get the Yeti cooler. That goes in. Then Sean McCall comes. He does his thing when we start the vlog.
What do you do, Sean?
I roll up.
And then you put your stuff in the boat and go.
Yep.
He pretty
Done.
just goes
You
with
don't
my
have
system.
breakfast? You
That's
get
it.
breakfast. You
If-
forgot
if-
your
Hold on.
breakfast.
If I'm there.
Hold on, Sean.
If I'm there. Sometimes I stay up where we are.
Yeah. I'm not, yeah. So then
This
we
is
go.
just his routine.
Then we go back to the same Tim Hortons that I've previously been at. Then we go inside and order another coffee, 2 sausage breakfast sandwiches on 4 cheese bagels, and then we can go to the tournament.
Yeah, I'm on to that now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good thing.
Yes, and I get them each in separate bags, and I
Yep.
put them in the boat, and I never eat one until about 11 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
That's it, how we do it.
That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, I need that
And
time.
then we drink rock stars all
day. Yeah, but I need that time when I get up. Like I can't do the fishing thing until I like go for a drive, unwind, yell out the window a bit, get that coffee.
You yell.
You know what? And I always go I always take the way by my dad's house on the way back, like the back way, over the 401, the back way, and up through there. Yeah, I like that.
Just wakes you up a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just gets me going. Any more questions? So we're going to have a break. We're waiting on you.
No, go ahead.
We're good to have a break? Mm-hmm. All right, guys, we'll be back in 2 seconds. Make sure you hit that share button, like. Hopefully when we're back, Mr. Mark Hunter's here. That'd be awesome. I hear dogs barking.
I did
Yeah.
hear the dog barking.
Well, they've been barking the whole time.
I know. Okay,
Hey,
we'll be back.
wait.
Whoa.
I got another comment.
Okay, go quick.
Jeremy Blenclow.
Yes.
Do you think live scope will help Mark Hunter catch walleye?
2019. It is so hot out here that my camera just fogged up. 26 degrees Canadian. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. It is supposed to be the hottest day of the year today, and we're going fishing. They're calling for thunderstorms. It might be absolutely brutal. The good part is it's with Quinny Bassmasters. It's going to be a good day. We're going to have fun, and we're going to a lake where we should catch a pile of fish, even though it's going to be tough. Only downside to this all, I should have left at 4:30, and it's now after 5 o'clock. So I'm on the road. I'm trying to make this quick. I got to get ice. I got to get extra water for the day, and we need to get north of Napanee in a hurry. So I'm pumping gas like always. Stay tuned. Next time you see me, I'm going to be on the road, hopefully on time to this event. I've never been late for a tournament in a long time. Today is not the day to do this. We'll make it. It's go time. I made it to the lake on time. I actually caught the convoy on the way up. Rick, my boy, what's up?
Not much, you?
Excited?
Very excited.
Really?
Yeah, never been here before.
You may not feel the same way when you leave.
Yeah.
This is the... You ever heard of Beaver Lake in the United States?
No.
This is a whole lot like this. There's a whole bunch of 8 to 12 inch fish here. Like, I mean, million. Finding a 5-pounder. There's no 3-pounders in this lake at all.
I'm gonna follow Gordon.
Well, that
He's
was
going
my...
to the docks. I know that.
That was my next suggestion. Last year, Mr. Gordon won. There's no friends today when we hit that water. Dude, you won last year. You had a 5 and a 4.
Yeah, I lucked out.
Dude, how'd you get it?
Flipping.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Just a deep
shallow,
weed?
so one on a dock.
The one on a dock, eh? It's crazy. Like, we're going to catch a pile of fish today, but it is kind of tough, too.
Well, that's the trouble. Probably caught like 60 fish, but they're all 13 inches, and you luck into a good one.
When I came here last year, I was swim a jig over the weed beds and it looked like crappie. There's so many of them. It was insane. Bro, good luck today.
You too, man.
Hey, you got an Easy Cam post too, eh?
Sure did. Thanks
I
a lot
hooked you
for
up,
that.
dude. What's your YouTube channel for people to check your stuff out?
The Canadian Angler.
That a boy.
Check it out.
Check it out. It's good. I subscribe. I don't watch it, but I subscribe. No, I'm kidding. Hey, Rick, I'm coming to your house hunting.
Yes, you are?
I am, dude.
Yeah.
I was, we're going to start transitioning into hunting season here in a couple weeks. Me and Mr. Hunter are going to come check things out.
Alrighty.
We really appreciate that.
No problem.
Dude, we're going to get giant out there. We're going to talk to the sandbagger, the guy who always seems to pull off a victory as a co-angler. How's it going, my man?
It's going good.
Are you excited?
I'm excited.
I got something special for you.
Something special for me.
I don't have a lot of them because the giveaway for the rock stars went so well.
Oh, yeah.
But I got one just for you.
Sugar free.
I got sugar-free for you.
Awesome.
Let's put that boat in the water. The boys aren't even here yet. We're waiting on 3 young men, the co-anglers, to show up. Oh, to be young again. And late. Dude. You young guys are late. What's with that?
He slept in. Him and
You
Chris
slept in?
Yeah, I was up at like 4:30.
Brady, you're telling me that you were up on time?
Yeah, I was up at like 4:30.
And what about you, young man?
Like 5:15.
Maybe 5:15.
Okay, get in here. We got fish to catch. Young men will be young men. Hey, what were they doing last night? To be late, sleep in.
Everything they weren't supposed to.
Call of Duty. That's the problem these days. You boys and your Call of Duty. Up all night. Should be playing the Sims fishing game, but no, Call of Duty. We're in the land of the dinks. My man, here's the plan. We need a 5-pounder. And I don't care how we catch it. I don't care where we catch it. I will get the potato. I will get our 4 fish. You are in charge of a 5-pounder.
All right.
That's all I want you to think about. That's all I want you to do. Which is the biggest fish you ever caught?
About 5.5.
Okay, we need a 5 3/4.
Okay.
We're gonna break your personal best, and we're gonna win this. I got first and second, and then the first 2. We're not failing today.
Okay.
We got to keep this going.
Yeah.
You ready, bro?
Yeah.
You've had lots of sleep.
Yep. Bring out the 20-inch swim baits.
20-inch swim baits, that's right. Now we're talking. Rock this like BP, just throw giant baits all day. It's go time. Tournament, gotta find a 5. Somewhere. Out there. And make sure one of these guys don't catch it. You know, realistically, if nobody else gets a 5, this is gonna be really tight. Yeah, if we don't get a 5, we gotta pray that nobody else finds a 5. That's how this is going. Let's go fishing.
Said I was a piece of art. You decided to paint my heart, but you colored it gray, then you put it in a frame, hung it beside other hearts gray as mine. Oh, I should have known. Should have let you go. Oh, I should have known. Should have let you go. Oh, I should have known. Should have let you go. But I wanted to fall in love so bad. Like in the movies on the trees.
Not 4 pounds, but it'll do.
You're like in the movies on the trees.
Get it, son. Oh, I see him. That's a good one, even that. We may need him.
You wanted to tear down my walls. You did that by sweet talking.
That's a beaver lake monster.
You got inside
That's a good one. Throw him on the other side. Bigger side? Hold that up for us, man. We need 5 more of those. 3 more of those. And the 5 pounder. Beaver like giant smallmouth. I think that gives us 5, my man. We'll throw him on our big side. We're gonna need him. See you, dude. That's 5. I think so. I think that's 5. And we got 3 in those. Yeah. All right.
Oh, I should have known. Should have let you go. Oh, I should have known. Should have let
Where are
you
you
go.
in there? Oh,
Oh, I
dude, don't
should
put
have
that.
known. Should have let you go. But I wanted to fall in love so bad. Like in the movies on the trees. Like in the movies on the trees.
Put that up to the camera right there. That a boy. That's a good one. Anchor him in there. And now, trying to decide which one of these 3 is going home. Oh, I think it's him too. Between this one and the he spit his call ball. He's so tight. Yeah. I think it's too much. But he's a hair bigger than this one. That is a call. Good fish, man. Yes. There's a good one. That'll get rid of it. He's not huge. He's not huge. We're going. Him for him. That's a good call, dude. Oh, he's got a messed up eye. See that? No. Oh, can you do me a favor, dude?
What's that?
Get me a can of Rockstar. Hold on, dude. I'll save your life. Leader.
It just says the drink's carbonized.
There you go, bud. Rockstar, saving That was a good day. Number 1 on Beaver Lake. Me and young Brady got his first tournament win ever on the weekend. Him and I had some tense moments. He lost a big fish at the end of the day that I thought we were really going to need, and we pulled off the win. His first tournament win ever. He was so excited. Since I joined the bass club, that's the second time that's happened. I won Sean's first tournament last year, and we won this year. I got two W's for Sean and 1 for Brady. Hopefully, we're going to pull one. Are you fishing that club tournament this Saturday?
Oh, welcome.
I am.
Hi, Mark.
Yeah,
We missed you.
Yeah, your entertainment dollars here. How are you doing, guys?
What is up?
Are
you in on that Saturday?
I am going to Honey Harbor for an MLF-style tournament on Saturday, and I'm on Quinty for another clubby on Sunday.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I got some driving to do.
Yeah. That'll be fun, though. That'll be a good time.
Petrocan, call me.
Yeah. People have been commenting on YouTube how Petro-Canada should be sponsoring Fear Fishing.
Well, they should.
Especially the one in Port Hope that I film at.
Don't touch my laptop with you.
No, I didn't power it. I didn't power it.
This whole thing's going to shut down.
No, I didn't power it when I touched the laptop. We did hang the fly thing over there. Sean tried to do it above me, so now we got a sticky spot on the
so
table.
many flies in here?
I don't know. Because I don't know.
Fly season.
Yeah, it's fly season. Now, we were looking at the comments, and we're going to start the next one with congratulations to Corey and Chris, who won the Gananoque B1 event.
Yeah, the Open.
The Open on the weekend. Smasher bag day 1, 28 pounds.
Wow.
Followed up to day 2. I think they had 24 and change day 2.
Corey fished by himself.
Yeah, Chris had an emergency, I believe, that he had to go to, so Corey did it himself.
That's like
Good
4 tournament worth.
Oh, man. Corey's on a run.
Yeah,
Like
We're going on a road trip.
I can't wait to watch the northern swing of
when they go to the St. Lawrence and Waddington, we're going to find out what they really got up their sleeve.
They are going to
I kind of feel that this event was kind of just a warm-up to see what they could do. If they can do 28 pounds day 1, man, they may join the Century
I'll be
Club
watching that like a hawk because we'll be fishing that a couple weeks after, right?
For the OBN qualifier.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing that everybody's been commenting on and everybody wants to speak on is the rumors of the controversy that happened after our event. We're not going to talk about it because it's all just rumors right now.
We can't really talk about it right now.
There's been no official anything. All I've got is a bunch of rumors on my phone that people have been sending me. But until something comes out that is from like a reliable source, or I can't say anything about it. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. I can't speak on something that I wasn't at, and nobody in this room is there. So it would be irresponsible of me to bring that to talk about something I wasn't at.
Well, here's something we can lead into though: fish care.
Yes, yeah, fish care is gigantic, and at every event. If you're out fin fishing and you're going to put a couple fish in the live well to take photos of, it is really, really important to look after those fish.
That's right.
These are the fish of our future.
Especially right now in the summertime heat.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. With smallies that come up even from deep. Like smallies
I will tell you,
and the late spawn too, right? Man. Those things are exhausted to begin with, and they're fighting with every bit of energy they have left.
Yeah.
So I caught one on the weekend in the club event. That Brady came to. I kept sending him to check fish. We had chemical in there. I had ice. Maybe a 2-pound largemouth. And I think he was just stressed out. He wasn't doing very well in there. And I had 5 fish in the boat, and I just let him go. Yep. Rather than kill him over a tournament, I just grabbed a hold of him. I held him over the side of the boat. And he just wasn't doing well in the well.
Yeah.
The other 4 were perfectly fine. The one that I rock starred, he was acting like a champ in there. I think he was really happy that I saved his life, and he was going to come to the show. But the other one, he was just a small fish, and it just wasn't worth it for me to kill that fish over a tournament. So I simply let him go. I knew I'd get another one that size. Mm-hmm. No big deal. And actually, I caught one way bigger.
That fish is probably doing end to end in the lake.
Yeah, for sure. And so they just need you know. Sometimes you can't. Sometimes in a big tournament, I wouldn't do the same thing, but I would take some time. I would make sure that he was in a live well by himself. I would put some extra chemical in there. I would put the rocks, the ice to him, and I would call him out as soon as I possibly could. Yep. And I would, even in a big tournament, I may call a fish like that out for one if it's really close for like a smaller fish,
yeah.
And roll the dice on that. It's not, I'll give you guys an example. One time on Brighton Bay, I was fishing. I caught a giant, just an like high five pig. Threw it in the live well for some pictures, and I noticed when we took it out for pictures, it had a tag in it. So I called the tag phone number, and it was to Queen's University, and they told me that fish had been caught 2 years prior, weighed in at the Belleville Big Bass Champs opening day. At the time, he weighed 5'1", and they estimated him at 12 years old.
Wow. So
when I caught him, he put on less than like another half pound, and he was 14 years old at the time.
Wow.
So we got him that's the really important part is how old these giant fish are. Mm-hmm. We can't lose them. Some of them are at the end of their life cycle, and that's why they don't do well in live wells, right? Mm-hmm. Some of them are just old, and we don't all live forever. But
like picture putting your 80-year-old grandmother in a live well.
It just is.
You know what I mean?
At first.
And then bouncing her across the lake for 45 minutes.
But it is really important that everybody, who loves fishing and loves fish, looks after these fish. And there's nobody in the whole world who loves fish more than Corey Johnson.
That's right.
He makes
fish care starts with us first.
I've seen Corey for years and years and years, and he really cares about the fish. And
he's anal with his fish care.
He is. And good on Corey. Corey's made a ton of posts about looking after fish and tournaments, and he knows his stuff. And congratulations to him on his outspokenness.
Stellar year.
His stellar year, but his outspokenness on fish care too.
100%.
So the other thing is Corey's leading the point still.
Yeah, he is.
You and I are looking great for this.
We're looking beautiful.
Why you guys keep looking over here?
I was at the
we got the Northern Swing coming.
I was at the Garmin Canada head office there on Monday.
Yep.
Last Monday, I ran into Corey.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, I had a chat with him. I said I thanked him for being in the lead, and he said I had nothing to worry about the rest of the season. So
and then I said, I'll see you soon.
Yeah. Do we got any more questions, comments?
Yeah, I actually got a comment. Did you
just
coin a new term? You said you rock starred that fish.
Yeah. I did. Anybody at home, so here's what I hooked a fish in the tongue, and tongue hooked fish are notorious bleeders. Yeah. So if you watch the vlog that we just played during the break, he's bleeding, and I didn't notice, so I chucked him in the well, and I saw the blood. So the first thing I did is I asked Brady to get a Rockstar energy drink. It's got to be a fresh can. The more carbonation, the better.
Yeah, make sure it's carbonated.
Yes. Yeah.
Because some of them aren't, right?
That's right. And make sure that it's not Coca-Cola, because I have read that Coca-Cola will kill them. Or any cola product. There's something in the cola process.
Pretty much Coke product.
Yeah. So don't be using brown pop is the key.
Especially not Coke.
Especially not Coke. So we're having a fly catching contest.
Yeah, I see that. You suck at it.
I know. No, I got one.
I probably could have got my limit by now.
Yeah, right. You would have got 4 flies out of 5.
So I pull the fish out, pop the can open, and you pour the Rockstar energy drink onto the cut if it's in the gill or if it's on the tongue, and it will clot them up so fast it's not funny.
Has to contain citric acid.
Well, see, that was the old rumor, but I read a new article on citric acid could possibly be it, but I heard it's the carbonation, and I believe that energy drinks are just have more carbonation than your regular drink. But citric acid, it could be that too. But whatever it's in there, the magic juice and the Rockstar, it clots them up instantly.
Yeah.
Oh, it saved a fish for us on our first tournament of the year on sturgeon.
Yeah.
First fish in the well.
They're we had a pile of them.
Yeah.
Like that's 2 this year that we Rockstarred.
Yep.
So keep the Rockstar in the boat for drinking. That's the best part is you get to open a fresh can, you get to and then save a fish's life and then drink it.
Yeah, you do.
So it does save fish's life. It's very
what was
very
that,
handy.
Sean?
You got any more?
No.
Good. We're good for now. What do you want to talk about, Mark?
I don't know. Let's talk about my email address.
That's the same laugh that I heard on that video.
He's not watching. He's driving. Yeah, well, he's listening. I don't drive with my ears.
If you go to the other room and get my cell phone, I'll send Woody that video.
All right.
I don't have it. Sorry, I forgot it at the break. But where do you want to talk about? You know what? There was a G Pool tournament on the weekend.
Yes, there was.
They canceled day one.
Yeah.
Due to weather, yeah.
Due to weather, so they doubled up day two.
Yep.
And
They did a double points day.
double points day. And our
Milk Crate Mike.
Milk Crate Mike and Terry Monroe pulled off third place.
Yes, they did.
Oh, they
Amazing
crushed it.
job.
Yeah. Good job, guys.
Big shout out to them.
You know where they are in classic points right now?
They got to be
20
up there.
No,
They're 22nd. We're 23rd.
third.
Get
In the
out of
Easterns,
here.
Yes, they are.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard I was, 36, 37?
You're 37th right now in the Easterns, yeah.
So we're in the classic so
yeah,
far.
buddy.
Yeah, you didn't hear that part of the show?
Oh,
I
yeah.
did hear it, but I just,
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
The Sean, well, tell them who won while I
In G
this
Pool?
video. Yeah.
Brian Gardy and Brent Cotton.
Yes, Daiwa.
Yeah, they had 14.96.
Daiwa man.
Yeah.
That's it. G Pool's a nice lake. I've been there before.
I like G-Pool.
Yeah. But it's tough fishing everywhere this year for largies. Like
It's
you see all the
turning
weights, so they're low. It's starting to turn on
It's
now.
starting to turn.
Yeah.
Right?
I won a clubby on G-Pool once.
Did you really?
Yeah. Yeah. In like 15 minutes. Just bam, bam, bam,
No
bam,
way.
bam. All brown fish.
Oh, you're
yeah.
gonna like that.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys got to talk for a minute while I find this.
All right. Let's talk about my finger. You want to talk about my
yeah.
finger?
We forgot about
Ooh,
it.
that
Yeah.
we
What
got-
about your finger?
We
I
got
don't know
the whole
anything
thing.
about the finger.
We got the whole thing on video.
Oh, that. Oh, you got super glue on that now?
No. I just got scabs.
Oh, that's nice. Scabs. Scabs.
Yeah, so our buddy Moose there was coming in hard. He said, Mark, do you want to pull my truck or my boat out? Here's the keys are in the truck. They weren't in it. So he says, okay, I'll bring them to you. So Moose being Moose, he's coming at the dock at 50 mile an hour, jumps out of his driver's seat and he starts handing me the keys. Well, I see his brand new boat coming towards the dock, so I put my hand to try to stop it, but with the
Right
wind
on the nose?
and the momentum, so I got my finger stuck between the bow and a dock post, like a bare metal dock post.
And now, if you look at that dock post up there, one of the dock posts has the cap on
has
the
a
top.
cap on it, but not the one that I hit. There's 4 dock posts. One does not have it. Guess the one I jammed my finger in. I thought for sure it was cut off, buddy. It could have very well have been cut off. I think I moved it just in time, and
I would have picked it up.
You got
and kept
lucky.
it. I'd have it on my keychain right now. I would.
You would you?
Yeah, I would.
Takes
Yeah.
to the tack.
So old man Craig had one of his toes cut off, and Ashton just noticed the other day that he only had 4 toes on the way to soccer. So Ashton started putting it to him.
Really?
Ashton looked at him and said, "How do you count to 20?"
Your old man's got 4 toes?
Yeah.
Is that why he runs in circles?
Yes. And then Ashton went. So I got my dad's chairs, and Ashton's in front of my dad, and all I can hear is Ashton going to the soccer game, going, "Papa's got 9 toes. Papa's got 9 toes. He can only count to 19." It was awesome. I was giggling so hard.
Where does he get that from, Ian?
I don't know. 4 fish mark.
Okay, I got a question on YouTube from Mike Howard.
Fire away.
He's trying to figure out which rod and reel to match up to set up for flipping and casting frogs and swim baits. And he was wondering about line as well.
So I like to throw that kind of stuff on 65, but I know Sean likes to throw it on 50. A great rod for that would be the Daiwa Tatua frog rod. Mm-hmm. You could easily throw swim baits on that, but it's I think it's 7.3 or 7.4. That'd be my suggestion for Mr. Mike Howard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you think, Mark? Spinning rod? Medium light?
Damn skippity. Damn skippity.
10-pound braid?
Yeah, man.
How are you doing with the baitcaster this year? Are you using
I'm doing
more?
okay.
Are you using
I'm doing
it more?
okay. I'll probably have it all in my hand all day long on Quinny.
Yeah.
I would think. I usually do.
Sean, you just went to Quinny with Mr. Danny McGarry.
Yeah, me and Danny went yesterday. We had a great day.
Yeah?
Yeah, we had a great day. We smashed some good fish. And,
Yeah.
But just like you said, for fish care, all the fish that came in the boat, we snapped a picture and put it right away.
Yeah,
It would have been nice to keep 4 big ones for the end of the day for a nice shot, but it's just not
It's hot.
right
It's
now.
too freaking
Yeah,
hot, yeah.
Super hot. Saturday.
Yeah, and plus, we want those fish to be there when we're
Yeah.
in FLW Canada.
Thanks,
But you're
Danny.
fishing against each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's okay.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Danny.
Yeah.
You guys, you and Danny have done some pretty smasher days, eh?
Yeah. We've had some good days out. Me and Danny. Yeah, he's a good stick.
Oh,
yeah.
Amber, just for you, Woody's got that video ready.
Oh, thank you.
You want to see it?
I
How
have
is
to
there
turn it
more
around.
flies in
This
here?
is my favorite video ever. I can't
Now
stop.
this was day 2, right?
Yes.
Yes.
This was day 2.
On the spot of
Day
That
two.
is
spot.
great.
Of-
You, are you
of
really,
trialing.
really doing this?
Yes.
Oh man, the
Zibit.
Oh, I didn't play. You got the volume?
Well, do you need any volume? There
No.
it is.
You got to play that right through, though.
It's got some buffering issues right now.
Oh, yeah. So that's how you put the net on the front of your boat. Here we go. Do it again.
Oh, Zibit.
1, 2, and the flip up pink. Perfect. Like I didn't mean to do that.
But the whole part was Sean was gasping for air.
It was so funny.
It sounds like he's coughing, but he is gasping for it.
Yeah. What you guys didn't see is that there was pliers and stuff underneath the Yeti, right? Stuff that I don't want blowing around in the bottom of the boat while we're ripping across the lake. I just lift up the Yeti and stuff the stuff under there. So it's right off kilter, and he went to skippity across there and barely made it.
He tried to kill me.
It was pretty good.
It was. I pulled right
That's
through
my
it.
screenshot. You with the net stuck on your
You know
flip flop. When you call me, that's what comes up.
I didn't stop either. I just kept pounding through her.
That's how he rolls all the time, 24/7. Walks through the house and just tears everything up.
You should see how quiet he is in the woods when we're hunting.
Yeah, right?
Oh, jeez.
Hey, Mark, did you find your stand?
That's the best story ever. The flashlight.
You told me to turn left.
I forgot about that. Okay, we're going to tell that story because that is just such a good one. So my stand was on the way to Mark's stand, and Mark had been there twice.
Once.
And Mark has no idea of direction.
At night.
I have too much. I have too much iron, and Mark has 0 iron. So the North Pole is not pulling that guy at all. Not even a little bit. He couldn't remember how to get anywhere.
Nope.
So Mark and I get to my stand, right? It's 4:30 in the morning. Could be earlier.
It's dark.
It was like an hour before the light came up in there good and early. I tell Mark, I said, and was there snow on the ground?
No.
No.
There's a beaten down trail. Like a
there's not.
trail. Yeah, there is. Perfectly. There's
Yeah,
even a,
mine. It goes in a circle.
There's even a bridge to cross the creek. I tell Mark, I said, all you're going to do is follow this path. You're going to swing a slight left and just follow that all the way, and you're going to walk right into your stand. So I get in my stand. I set the cameras up. I'm sitting there nice and quiet. And from where we just came from, I see this headlight, and Mark walk right past my stand for the second time.
You said go left.
Yeah, but not 3 of them.
I took a hard left. Should have been a soft left.
Hard left.
It was like a left. He eventually made it to his stand, though.
I got a pretty good question here.
Fire away.
From Fish Tropic on YouTube. It's a good question. How much does it cost to join a club for a seasonal non-boater?
So for the we're gonna have an influx at the Queenie Bassmasters next year, but it's I believe the dues are $90 for the season, maybe even $60. It's super cheap, and each tournament's $30, and most of the co-anglers just cover the anglers' gas money.
Yeah, and what is it for us at Hogtown?
Hogtown, I believe it's $80 to join, and with that, you'll get a BSS Nation membership. You still got to get a Bass membership. You still got to get your own, which is like $30 or something for the year. You'll get 2 magazines a year, and then you get to go to all the meetings. And I think a tournament is $120. That includes your entry fee. And it's $70 to the boater for gas. So basically, you're paying their entry fee, your entry fee, and giving the boater $20.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah, I think it's just 30, and then our
yeah, you guys are like a little very very low low entry fee. We're a little bit higher. We're $100 a boat.
Yeah.
So
And you don't have to fish every tournament.
No,
That's
you
what's nice
pick
about
and
a
choose.
club.
You want to do one, you do one. You don't want to do any, you don't do any.
Yeah,
It's-
like
it's
me,
totally
I
up to
haven't.
you.
I've been membership with Hogtown for 2 years now, and I haven't fished a single tournament. I haven't had the time, right?
Yeah.
But I love going to all the meetings. I love all the guys there. I learn a ton. I learn a ton when I'm there.
Wow.
Woody's gonna kill you.
I'm gonna kill them flies. We're good. Yeah, and you know what? If you got a boat, join a club.
Mm-hmm.
The more boats we have, the more anglers we can get out on the water who don't have boats, and the more experience. Our club, you fish one of our? It's full of young kids.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Most
that's a
of our
great club too. Really good guys.
Most of our non-boaters are young kids, or late teens.
Go on Facebook, look up the Ontario Bass Nation, and they'll have a list of all the clubs in Ontario that will help you out. And if you don't live in Ontario, and if you say you're in the States or whatever, there'll be one near you.
And that's the best way
guarantee
is
it.
go to an OBN club.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Join an OBN club because through the OBN you can go places. Man, you can go places.
Yeah.
It never stops.
Right.
Yeah. Join a club. Come to my club.
I got another question.
Yeah, fire away.
From True Torque. Top water, braid or mono, or braid to a mono leader?
Braid, and just find that, it takes a long time, but find that 3-second count when it fires up. If you watch I don't know if it's on the Daiwa Canada page, but there'll be a video tomorrow about hook sets. That frogfish in that video, I must have waited 20 seconds. I watched him, and I had my eyes on him. He blew up on the frog, and I could see that it wasn't in his mouth right, and I waited, and then I put the meat to him. But I use braided line even on my poppers and stuff, or my walking baits, because braided line floats.
Yep. So does mono.
Yep.
So does mono.
That's
There's
good.
just too much stretch on. I used to run, 50-pound braid, like on a horny toad or a frog or something like that, like a hard top water, like a spook or a popper or anything like that. I'm 10-pound braid.
Yep.
I used to be mono, but I just found there was too much stretch. I couldn't get that hook in there.
I just wait as long as you learn the patience of the blow up, and then count to 3, and then jam hook, you'll be fine.
When you're frog fishing, of course.
Or even a spook. Like, you got to wait. Like, if I see a fish blow up, I like to use white spooks and bright color poppers, so that as soon as the popper's gone, jam the hook.
That's it. Do not take your eye off that bait.
Yeah.
And if you don't see your bait, do that 3-second, and then
if he
set
came
away.
all the way up there to grab your popper, most of the time you're fishing smallmouth, he grabs that popper, and if you wait, he's hooked.
See, I think the key with poppers, you got to have a super soft rod.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any spook, like you got to have.
That'll buy you some time
soft.
too, right?
Yes.
Right. Like I went to that Seth Fighter top one, and I love it.
That way you can get away with the braid too.
You're not going to pull the hooks out. That makes a big difference.
Yeah, and I throw a 10-pound braid on that.
That's the same reason why I use that Brainail bladed jig rod for pound on the bank with flipping jigs. When you're swimming it, that tip is so soft that it's kind of cushioning that monster hook set.
Yeah. And don't take your eye off that bait, because some of those biggest fish you won't see a splash. It'll just be a
big lure.
Just slurp it up.
Here's the deal with the small fish like to come up and hit the baits to kind of stun them, and then they're going to watch for the turnaround and a wounded frog or minnow. Big fish just come up and go and suck her in.
There'll be no splash.
No splash. Hardly any. The less splash, the bigger the fish.
Yeah.
I do have to say, watching your hook set video, hook sets are sexy.
Thanks.
They are.
Even with those scrawny little legs. We're having a buffering problem.
Show me your hook set. Got to put that on a shirt.
Man.
Yeah, show me your
hook set.
My hook set's on point. I practiced for a long time.
It is.
I'm like a ninja.
Danny McGarry, hey?
Does he got going?
Oh, buddy.
Oh, my God, that guy's
both
serious.
of his feet come off the deck. He cocks back and lets her rip.
If you watch Polnick's vlogs, he like crouches. He's got like the, I'm like up, but Brandon kind of like bends knees, and he gets like full body. He's
momentum.
You guys have been fishing together long enough, right?
Yeah.
You guys know that hook set's coming before it's coming because of what the action the other guy's doing, right?
I'm already
Like
gone.
position
I'm already
he's
going
in
for the
or-
net.
You know that position or that feeling, just that rock of the boat or whatever. It's
You watch
coming.
videos, and I'm already moving my head.
Yeah. He is. I've never seen anybody on a net quicker to him.
He's got lots of practice. You fished with me for a year.
Yeah. Sometimes I'm slow on the net. Sometimes I take it easy to get to the net. It depends how we're fishing. If it's close and we're pressured, then I'm right on.
Every time I set hook, though, I yell big fish.
We know. Giant.
Oh, buddy, you should have seen the giant he pulled in on day one.
Yeah.
Giant.
Oh, I see that on the vlog.
And he pulled in like an 8-incher. And he's like, I don't know what happened. I don't know.
But yeah, you never know. They all feel huge. Have you ever gone to lakes where the fish hit extra hard?
Yeah.
Like, where were we? Where were we? Where was I fishing? I was just fishing here a couple weeks ago, but it was really hard to tell. Oh, up north at the when we got second place at the last Quinny event, those fish hammered baits. It was really, really hard to tell. Like the first one I landed was 4.6. I've caught like 13-inch fish that day that hit like tanks. It was really hard to tell.
Last year, I think all year it felt you didn't know if you were setting on a rock bass or a 5-pounder. They were all just.
Well, that's what it was like the day
weird.
at Tri Lakes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they were.
But then when I went last week up north, I couldn't believe how hard they were hitting.
Wow.
Like just
hopefully they're
smoking
changing.
baits.
They got the feed bag on.
It's going to happen.
I got another question from Two Torque here. I think I'm going to answer. Glass cranking rod or composite moderate fast? Now, I like the glass cranking rod when you're not dealing with snapping it off of weeds. If you got to snap it off the reeds, I like a little bit of stiffer rod. You can get that snap, right?
Yep.
Like I was crankbaiting yesterday, for example, and I had to change rods because I was running into the tops of the grass. And to get that snap off the tops of the grass, I needed the stiffer rod.
I really like crankbaiting on the bay.
Yeah.
I don't throw crankbaits very often, but I have a giant crankbait box for the Bay Quinny. I like big DT20s.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a one a long time ago when I still had a deep V before I even got a bass boat. Marley and I fished October event on Quinny, right? So we caught hardly anything all day, freezing cold. We get to this spot where there's a whole bunch of like humps, right? DT20 out, I bet you we caught 60 fish in an hour.
Yeah.
And they were all schooled together, and you could like cast, like, and you could count how many cranks it was going to be till you got to the school. It was unbelievable. Ended up with 19 and change on DT20s.
Nice.
Yeah, unbelievable. Quinny's a whole different beast than the rest of Ontario.
It is. Yeah.
Yep.
Totally strange.
I think Danny McGarry said it to me best yesterday when it fishes kind of like Kentucky Lake.
Yeah.
Right, where you're out there, you're fishing all that deeper stuff, like kind of like ledges.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's way different than
What do you think that is? Do you think it's because of the
bars.
current, or
I think it's because it's the surge. I think that's what does it. It's the first off,
You think it's got a little bit of a tidal thing going on?
Yeah, I do 110%, and not so much tidal, but a surge. If you go down to the Ganaraska River, and anybody who does a lot of steelhead fishing, you'll notice that the river will suck out, and then Lake Ontario will blow back in.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And it'll do it like every 15 minutes. And there'll be a pause. So I think that those fish, there's something to do with that. But the other thing is I think that Bay Quinny largemouth are eating not the same thing as the rest of our fish. There's suckers and moon eye. There's everything in there. Rainbow trout. They'd see Chinook salmon. Do you know what I mean? Like, there'd be fry of every species you could think of in Ontario.
It's like the Toronto of lakes.
Yeah, it's got
everything.
It's got like legitimate. It's got shad. Right? It's got big schools of shad. It's got those moon eye.
Yeah.
Right. And like it's just a different fishery. And I think that there's probably more food in 14 to 25 feet of water on the Bay Queen than there is anywhere else in Ontario. There's just smorgasbords. And I think there's some fish that like to eat crayfish, upsell, and frogs. But I think that there's a ton of fish that just like, and maybe they eat bluegill, those 6 to 12 feet. And then I think there's some absolute hog snatchers that school up and they feed on, schools of different kinds of bait fish.
XX Darksimus XX. He wants to know if you have any dock skipping tips or tips.
Tips?
Yeah, you know what I mean. What do you know about dock skipping, big guy?
Practice.
Yeah,
it's all in the wrist, man.
I'll tell
you. You don't have
watch
to whip
Gerald swindle.
You don't have to whip it.
Gerald is on
Gerald's good.
It's not about flicking it as hard as
It's
you
about
can.
practice, right?
all
A
about-
good way to practice is
flow.
to do it on your grass. If you can skip anything across your grass, you can skip anything on the water. Like water's denser than concrete. That's a true statement. If you jump off,
It is true. Yeah.
yeah. Water's denser than concrete.
Yeah?
Yeah. So if you can skip it like across asphalt, you can skip on the water. Right? Set up yourself like a little platform to get about as high as your boat sits off the water, like shorter for a bass boat. But if you just stood on your road and you can skip right down the asphalt, you'll skip on water. It's more about like, especially with a baitcaster, it's about thumb control, right?
I'm going to be skipping in my driveway against the garage door all weekend now. Thanks.
Right?
you
Do you know?
dick.
Yeah. Right. And the other thing is, if you really want to get into skipping baits, then the Tatua SV is where to go.
Yeah. What do you think of that new SV spool?
It's awesome.
It's amazing.
Yeah. But that's the reel you want. If you're going to be a skipper, the Tatua SV is the one.
Yeah.
No.
What do you want?
He likes
use
a
a
spinning
ballistic.
rod.
Yeah.
Yeah? I use a ballistic spinning reel.
I
That's
find
why
it a lot
nobody
easier
ever
to
asked
skip.
you that question.
I find
Yeah.
it a lot easier to skip with the spinning reel as well.
I do too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
With a short rod.
Yeah.
Gotta be a short rod.
Yeah. You know a lot about the short rod.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
I'm the king.
Chris Flay says
yes.
Ian West equals the Canadian version of Mike Iaconelli. Big fish syndrome.
It's true.
It is true.
That's a kind of a compliment.
But I get so pumped up.
Backhanded
You know what?
compliment.
I think that I was excited for that 604 as I was for some 12 inchers last year. I know. I love every one of them.
Yeah.
Anyone that bites my line that lets me set hook into its head,
It's a giant.
beautiful.
That's a great thing. You just don't know what you're setting on. You know?
Yeah.
Could be a new personal best or
You know what?
a perch.
Honest to God, the 604 that I caught last year at the end of the year was the lightest hitting fish I caught all season.
Yeah.
I hardly felt them. You watch that vlog and that video, I look at that rod tip forever. And it must be 30 seconds, and I didn't even feel them. I just thought that there's something there. There's something there. And I'm watching, and all I seen was like a perch. You know, that rod tip just go pink. And I put the boots to him, and I would never have boat flipped him if I knew he was over 6 pounds. But looking back, I'd have done it again.
Jeremy Blanco wants to know, how do each of you read fish while fishing, not just looking for weeds, covers, etc.?
What do you mean? I didn't hear that. Sorry.
How do each of you read fish while fishing?
Their behavior and like how they're biting?
He's not.
Like where they're at?
I don't know.
I was thinking about that today. So today I went to the Otonabee River and caught a pile of fish. I did get some on the flipping jig, and then I got a ton of them finesse fishing. How do you know when to finesse fish and when to power fish? Do you just get a feeling? Right? Are you going to catch more fish? Are you going to catch bigger fish? Like, when do you really know? Do you just get up in the day and decide you're going to, I was thinking about that today. I mean, if I've ever had a downfall
I think
in my tournament career, the first one was that I didn't get Garmin units 10 years ago. It could have saved me so much hassle in my life. The other thing is that in the past, I've had a hard time putting down the flipping jig.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when do you use the flipping jig and when don't you? Well, how do you make that call?
I think you let the fish tell you.
Yeah. You got what I found when me and Milk Crate Mike used to fish together. He would always use a jig, man. He was a jig guy, and I was a finesse worm guy, right?
Yeah.
It seemed like in the morning,
the perfect combo.
Yeah. Like it seemed like in the morning the worm
beautiful.
would produce better, but getting towards the end of the day or like midday or something, the jig would start producing more. I don't know. That's just something I noticed like consistently every tournament.
Well, listen, if they'll bite the jig, I want to catch them on the jig because that means a great big hook and 50-pound line and a heavy rod, and they're probably not getting away from me.
I used to say he used to bang him on the head to get him in the boat, and I used to tickle them.
So how do you know? Like, let's say you're not fishing a team event, right?
Yeah.
We were both basically throwing the same thing at Tri Lakes.
Yeah, and I think that was our problem too.
No, I think that we should. I think that the only problem we had that day is that we left to go find those dinky fish.
Well, when I picked up my confidence bait and started firing that around, boom, boom,
you did get,
and both of us started going on a roll.
Absolutely.
Right.
But I think that if I could have done last Sunday again, I'd have drove there at I would have made it by 7:29, and I would have stayed there till 3:00 and thrown the exact same thing every day, and I think there would have been 20 pounds there.
Yeah, we should have stayed there.
We shouldn't have left.
So you started there, you left, and
No,
then you
we
came
didn't.
back.
We didn't start there. We didn't start there. We started there on day one.
We wasted
And they
half
were-
a day.
Yeah, we wasted half a day. We didn't
Yeah,
have
so did
fish
we.
on the boat at 12 o'clock.
We did.
But I think that if we would have went there at 7:29 and put that trolling motor down and fished all day, back and forth, we'd have got 20 pounds. I believe that Saturday, that's what I'm going to do.
It's a big patience thing, right? And that's you just.
I was
gotta
getting nervous.
Have the patience.
I was getting nervous at 2:45 when we had 4 fish. I was nervous.
I wish you left right there.
I never had a relief off my. As soon as we netted that fish, I felt a billion times better.
Oh, yeah. You could tell by the vlog, man. That was like a really happy moment for you guys.
Yeah. We don't got to deal with Mark.
Yeah, that's what it was about, eh? That's what I don't care if I beat the Johnsons. I just want to beat Ian and Sean.
Right? You know what I mean?
41st place. We got 39th. You guys suck. That was a great day.
I got more questions.
Fire questions away. What time is it?
9:45.
We're killing it. Okay.
How many rock stars are given out on attorney day?
As many as I got. Well, I think we did. We did over 200 last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did a lot.
Well, over 200.
And it's really, really well received. Danny Dunn.
Yes.
He's a rock star junkie now. Oh yeah. He loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He even went on stage asking where I was.
Yeah.
Where he could get more.
Yeah.
He ran on stage,
Yeah, he did. He was jumping jacks and everything.
He's a great guy.
He is a great dude.
Chris Flay wants to know if your secret bait paid dividends last weekend.
Did. I think yeah, it's going to pay dividends on Saturday too. I shouldn't have released that. If I would have known I was going back, I never would have told anybody.
What are you doing? You want to try legs for Quinny?
No, there's a joint event with the Lindsay Bassmasters and maybe another club, Peterborough or something.
Oh yeah, you can have my trailer if you want.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, man.
No, it's only a one day. I'll drive up.
Whatever.
I'll take your trailer.
You can. If you want, man, it's just going to be there empty.
Speaking about the Peterborough Bassmasters, wasn't it their club who hosted the high school championships, the OBN, this weekend?
Maybe. Well, we never talked about that, did we?
No.
So you went Saturday.
Yeah, I went Saturday to cheer the guys on.
I went Sunday with Amber and the kids to cheer them on. That's a great event.
I tell you, there's some young up-and-coming hammers.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
We kind of helped a couple out back in the day. Look at them now.
Yeah.
I wish they had that when I was a kid. So if I had the OBN high school events and Garmin units when I was 17, I'd have killed this. It's taken me another 17 years to figure this out.
Right?
I'm telling you. You need to get Garmin units on your boat, Mark. They'd change your life.
I would love to, but they'd be worth more than my boat.
Just saying.
Yeah.
You got any more questions?
What lure will you never throw for bass?
Ooh, a hula popper.
Keith Duster wants to know.
Hula popper.
Hula popper.
I don't think I've ever thrown one. I own one.
I got a brand new one.
Do you?
Still in the box.
Red Devil? I wouldn't throw a Red Devil either.
I would.
Red Devils for salmon fishing in the fall.
Pike like red devils.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to ask you guys a question. And this is we're probably going to end on this or somewhere on this. There's been did you guys see that Mike Long controversy on the internet? That hog snatcher and
Yeah,
they found
yes. Snagging?
Yeah. Snagger.
I listened to one of my favorite shows, BTL podcast, right before we did this, all about how he's been cheating. How disgusting is that?
That's brutal.
People look up to him, and
he's been known as this lunker hunter guy,
just the man. So supposedly in the San Diego area, he is the man. He's made a career out of this. How, pardon my French, but how just shitty is that when you find out?
He just ruined it.
Man.
He just ruined it. And every time he's out on the boat now, what's he going to think? What's he going to do?
He's done fishing.
Yeah.
He's done.
Yeah, he's done.
He's going to sell all his gear. He's never fishing again.
Probably.
Right?
It's a good move.
Is it worth it, people? Play fair.
Do you know when all that top bass stuff happened? Right? When I found out and they brought those cages to the
classic meeting there.
Right?
Yeah.
I thought, really? What part of this would make you cheat? It's worth.
It's the money.
Yeah, but
They did not
not
need the money,
money.
man. These guys were loaded.
You spend
So it's
more
not the money.
driving down.
That was the two guys that were getting them up north.
Yeah.
Who knows where
Well,
they're
the guys that allegedly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because nothing was
But
ever
what do you want?
proven in stone, but allegedly.
Do you know what I mean? Like how
Ruined
this-
a series.
Yeah, and you know what? At what point? Like I just can't see in my head. Like, would it make the vlog better if I caught more bigger fish, or does it make the vlog better that it's honest and real?
No,
Honest
people
and
really
real, I
like
like.
the fact that you showed the video of you tripping on the cooler twice and then the net. They
like
really like that.
should our heat like I'm not talking about I'm talking about like should our heroes be perfect?
No.
Should the people
absolutely
we
not.
look up to be like just only catch 12-pound bass?
No.
Perfect is impossible.
It is impossible, and I think that that's the first warning sign that something's wrong.
What is perfect?
You know,
Sean
he's
McCall.
caught like
This
I think he's caught
This webcast.
something crazy like 75 bass over 15 pounds in his career, and like it's unbelievable. That like is so like I think the first warning sign is when something is too good to be true.
Yeah.
Right? My fishing career is hardly too good to be true.
Yeah, you know I'm not cheating.
Yeah.
Proof's in the pudding.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But you know, it's like I much rather watch stuff where it's like reality. Like Brandon had a couple tough vlogs this year where he didn't get them at all.
Well, see, this is where I like
do you know
measures
what I
like the CSFL brought in that like when we top 10 there,
Yeah.
where the first and second guys, Scott Burns and Wayne Misselbrook, who won,
Yep.
and Joss Westrink and Jack Morgan,
Yep.
they had to take lie detector tests.
Yes,
I think that's
there.
phenomenal
Yep.
too.
Andy has it set up.
Yep.
You know, he kind of keeps it nice and discreet. You know, you guys got to go over here, and they're like, no problem.
You know
man.
what? Yeah, and you know what? I think that's the best thing in today's day and age that he could possibly have. Anybody can have. I think it should be at all
It's really
big events.
sad that they have
It's
to
not at
cover
all.
No, that they have to, that tournament directors have to cover their ass like that.
It
now.
is sad.
It is in a way. But
Whenever
it
you
makes-
get money
it-
involved.
Absolutely. I think that's a great thing that they're doing for that, but it's sad that it has to be in place.
I think
agree.
that you know, I like Brandon's vlogs when he doesn't do so well. I'm still, you know, an Ike and Ellie fan when he doesn't do so hot. Do you know what I mean? I think that even
Look at
when
how many
even
people love
when there's
G-Man.
even when there's controversy and you know somebody says the wrong thing like Ike, you know, I think that just makes him human, and that makes me relate more to his story. And you know, and man, I don't want the people who I look up to or my friends to be unachievable. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, just on such a platform that you can't suck some days. It makes it real.
Yeah.
You know, most of those people who have that attitude too, like there's people in fishing that are really, really looked up to as a kid. Like really, and then you meet them and you find out they're such an asshole.
No, there's a lot of that.
Right? When the camera's off, you just think, damn, you're just not who I
All
thought you
fake.
were at all.
It's fake.
It's fake. It's all for money.
Yeah, we're not fake at all.
No,
No, not-
no, not yet. You'll keep us real with our Instagram
That's
stats
right.
every
Yeah.
Friday.
1.3%
Mark
growth.
under FFAC. Hashtag.
What was that, Laker? 282, 292?
272.
272. That's right.
Yeah,
But do you know
at
what I mean?
gmail.com.
Hotmail.
And here's
Nice try.
Here's the
Hotmail.
thing too.
Rogers.
When people show like the expectation is here, but realistically that person hasn't achieved here, like it just shows like young people that you it's an unattainable goal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think that we get in this problem sometimes with the young people and their Instagram and trying to bend the rules so that they can, they have all these big fish pictures. Well, you don't need to do that. Just be yourself. People like you.
And it ain't
People
going to be
love-
worth it if you get busted.
No, it's not.
Nope.
That's the big disappointment. If you're like a Mike Long fan and you've been following him for years and years and years, and then you just found
How
out
let down are you now?
Yeah, you're buying the lures that he buys.
Yeah,
you're using the gear that he uses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it kind of sucks sometimes when you see people who are flogging product just to make a buck, and you know like that product's not very good, and And you know for sure.
Oh, open up, West.
There he is. Can we get
it
a
in.
close? I got it.
Yeah, you did.
That's like, can we get a close up of
Go. Open up.
that? Ready?
Don't keep going back.
Open up from there.
He's aiming.
We know
Oh,
you
yeah.
can put your.
Oh, you're so lucky.
Didn't it hit his lip?
You're
No,
a man for
shit.
keeping up.
Oh.
You
Oh.
terrible.
Get out of here, fly. But do you know what I mean? When the expectation's that high, and you know, people who are watching are never going to achieve that goal, right? Even Chris and Corey, for everything they've done in fishing, they've had terrible events.
Yeah.
They've had terrible.
Everybody has bad
they've
days,
had
man.
terrible years.
Yeah.
Right. It is. What
I try
it
to
is.
emphasize.
Even
those.
Kevin Van Dam.
and you do so good at it.
I know. I'm a pro.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm a pro at sucking.
If you think about
Fishing. Just put that out
3
there.
or 4 years ago, there was people who wrote Kevin Van Dam off that it was.
Yeah. His career was over. He was done. He was
never
washed
catching-
up.
Next year. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, maybe that's what I'm going to end on in my final thought is to you know, think about things. You know, you don't have to be perfect. Just do your best. And you know, you shouldn't have to not be who you are to try to make people like you. Just be who you are. And if somebody doesn't like you, don't worry about that person. There's 7 billion people on Earth, and that's just one of them.
Yeah. It's true.
Cool.
Mark Hunter, you got a final thought?
I do, and this stems from where we met Jeremy and heard about Salem's story here. Listen to this. This is going to get really deep here. Feel rewarded when your kid outfishes you because your kid is out fishing with you.
That's good.
Wow.
That's a good one.
Boom! Ashton, you'll
Mic
never.
drop.
I like that.
Mic drop.
In a million years, Ashton, you'll never outfish me.
Ooh, look at the lower thirds.
But, yeah.
They look nice.
Can we put a flash on that?
Yeah.
Follow now, follow now, follow now.
Sean, you got a final thought, my man?
My final thought. Have patience when you're on the water.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Right? Have patience. Just some days are just a grind.
It took me 36 years and 2 kids to figure that one out.
Mm-hmm.
I hear, before we go on any further, I was thinking about today, I've really changed as not only an angler, but as a person. I was thinking today how much I've slowed down, right? Like I'm not going as fast. I'm taking deep breaths. I'm way more patient than I ever was.
Well, you're thinking a lot more stuff through.
Do you know what I mean?
Remember in the text we used to get, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to do this. Just whoa.
Yeah. I think over the last year, since starting to feel a lot better, I've really noticed a change in myself. And today I was thinking about that. Today I was thinking that even if I had those Garmin units 10 years ago, I'd never stuck around for fish 2. I'd have been out of here, right on to the next one to jam one.
Ooh.
So yeah, I want to throw that out there. I've noticed a big change in myself, even like being myself. I'm how much calmer and more patient, and that that's my final thought.
That's your
Second
final thoughts.
We may do a third one when it comes back to me. You got a final thought?
I do. Be kind, be calm, be joyful, be humble, and be thankful.
You just read that from a Hallmark card.
No.
Instagram.
No.
Where? Did you write that down earlier today?
Yeah.
Nice.
I got it. Inspiration.
Can you show us?
No.
It does say Hallmark on it.
Here's the best one of the week. What do you let her rep?
What do I got? Believe in what you want so much that it has no choice but to materialize.
Oh.
Okay, I'll do that for you. Boom!
You can watch that all at Fear Fishing on the YouTube channel. Subscribe, hit, click, like, share. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for all your comments. Thanks for everybody's messages over, on Instagram and Facebook and everywhere. I really, really appreciate them. And make sure if you see me, don't text me how you saw me or message me. Come over and say hello.
Just wave.
Just come over and say hello. I'd be more than happy to come talk to each and every one of you. And come to the next CSFL event. And I will stay till 11 o'clock at night if people would like to stick around and chat.
Chocolate Timbits.
No, honey dip.
No.
Honey dip.
Whoa. 100 pack of assorted to do, Sean, me and Mark. That's another thing that we brought day 2 of the tournament. Timbits.
Yeah.
Oh, is this added to your routine?
Well,
maybe. We've done pretty well this year when we had Timbits.
When we crack out the Timbits, yeah.
Yeah. Little sugar
The more
rush.
the better.
Yeah.
But nobody can eat them quite like Mark can.
I like Timbits.
Where did we drive to on an ice fishing trip? We made like 60 of them on us. You remember that? You remember that?
Look at all the pictures he sends us of the empty powdered donut containers in his laps. There's lap.
Good night,
Oh,
folks.
I got a weakness for those mini white donuts.
Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you 2 weeks
Good
from
night.
tonight. Bye-bye.